If Damon would have been near them during that conversation, just think about that. Why should I care about bugs we're at war? I mean, she's not wrong. I leave and go fight with Caraxes and I come back and she's asking you to look at poop bugs and now she's gone? I'm alive. All right. I love y'all. Have fun. Be safe. I will see you Friday night. And dare do anything I would. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Ozzy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hello, Lily. Hello, Scroll Pool. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Hello, Galactica. Hello, Ashley. How are you? Don't let my dragon intimidate you. Or do. Happy Wednesday. How are you? Hi. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Umar. We're going to see if notifications go out. It's good to assume they won't. And then if they do, it's a surprise. Hello, J-Boy. Hello, Lo. Hey, Mo. How are you? I always think it's so... What up? I think it's so funny. Like, when you go live, if somebody gets a TikTok universe, it shows you up at the top. And it's so funny to me because it's like, you don't know the person that sent it or got it. So I've always wondered, like, why do we need to know that? What an odd question. Bye-bye. So weird. We get some really strange people in here. Do you, Holly? Which one do you like more? Thank you for the follow, Holly. Hello, Lauren. How are you? Yes, Galactico, 100%. And it's been like that for years. Years and years. Yeah, Prank Ranger. As long as it's not too dark. Thank you, Lauren. I don't show him enough, so I was like, wait a minute. Let's have my boy there. We saw some really cool dragon action with the finale. So let's remind everybody who's the best, obviously. Did I get over it yet? Thank you for warning me. I am aware there's a dragon behind me because I do believe in the dragon bond. Well, yeah. I heard it was lit. Very nice, Prank Ranger. Here, you want some more dark humor? I fell for your joke. That was darker. I mean, it was kind of funny though. Get it? Uh-huh. Jason's just it. Yeah, I can tell you what my favorite part of the finale was. I could tell you, hello, RC, how are you? It's probably not, I'm glad you got it. So did she. I am doing great. Thank you, Prank Ranger. My favorite part was David and Caraxes, 100%. By far. 100%. Now, I didn't like the fact that they needed Damon to kind of get his tail whooped so that they could do the slow-mo, same as the bells, when Jon Snow looks around and everything's in slow motion. Damon's a better fighter than that. Also, Damon wouldn't be in Tumbleton without Caraxes, so that was kind of weird. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I was trying to get somebody that was right next to you. Sorry. Thank you for the follow, Red Devil. Sorry, sometimes that happens. And it's hard for me to block, and none of my mods are here yet. So, my apologies. No, there's some weird girl asking weird questions. That's who I was trying to. No, you didn't. I'm so sorry. And I'll fix that after the stream. Yeah, it's real. Hey, Fuzz. Hey, Patty. Yeah, Galactico, thank you. The parallels to the bells was certainly a choice. As soon as Silverwing started flying over, I was like, wait a minute. And then I saw somebody post, like, it was like scene to scene, almost identical. I thought that was really interesting. Hey, Bree. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Summit. Wow, Michael, thank you for that. Well, I'll fix it after. Thank you, Bree. Olaf having those eagle eyes when he's hungover to hit Ormond. I know. Isn't that, he sobered up real quick, didn't he? I appreciate the marriage proposal, but not right now. I'm from Dragonstone. No, I don't follow people that ask me to follow them. Thank you, Bree. Hello, Bobby. Yeah, have you guys seen the comments that Ryan Condal's made since the finale? He's made some really strange comments. Thank you, Bree. He's kind of, he's even surprising me. Silvering just through the Dragon Bond, being like, why am I hungover? Galactico, you know what? That would mean they paid attention to the Dragon Bond, which they only seem to do with Daemon and Caraxes and Aegon and Sunfire. Very strange. Hello, Matt. How are you? Apparently, of all the people on House of the Dragon, Ryan Condal thinks that Alicent should sit the throne. He made some weird statement about anyone with like white hair and dragons is unstable and shouldn't sit the Iron Throne, and it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Weird. You make the prophecy about Daenerys and then you make a statement like that. Yeah, Bree, he needs to stop. He's really making strange. It's like, what? And he's been wearing like a team green hat. Yeah, true. But like, it's just, he's made it very obvious he doesn't like House Targaryen. And come on, guys, we know what it really is. This is Ryan Condal trying to be not kind to George. That's all this is. That's why he had the butterflies show up with Helena. That was a dig at George's blog post. You know? It's just, one of those things. I don't know why, but his statements are strange. I agree, J-Rocks. The 4 legs were intentional, 100%. Did you like the latest episode and how it handled the characters in Tumbleton as a whole? No, Logan, I did not. No. Yes, I agree with you, Galactico. Petulant child, yes. He's being really petty. His pettiness is affecting... Oh, baby, it's okay. He's sad. We're just gonna let him sit there. That's so sad. It's like he gave up. No, we're fine. So he's letting his pettiness at George basically, like he literally gave up. He's letting his pettiness at George basically change the episode, which is like the strangest thing I can possibly imagine. Like, what? Why? Yeah, he needs to lay it. He does. Because he's like, you know what? I'm just tired of all this. No, actually, my hair bumped him. But, like, how are you going to do that? Like, how are you going to let your weird hang-ups and strangeness... People are already saying that House of the Dragons turned into this weird Edish content, which is, again, not a lie. But the mom stuff, it started off with the feet stuff. So, I mean, it's really difficult to try to pick through and get nice things to say at this point. Galactico, I think it will. I think he will change the ending. Yes, Brie, people are definitely... Stoner Punks, no, I have not. Only like, you know, school, college stuff. But thank you. Like, Brie, a lot of people are. Like, I've seen it way more than the other 2 seasons. Honestly, he thinks he can write better than George at this point. Stoner Punks, you're not wrong. It's like Quentin Tarantino directed. Well, I think Quentin would do better, actually. It's like Quentin Tarantino directed it, but never read Fire and Blood. Oh, you're welcome, Lord Vader. It's a cool video. Yeah, House of the Dragon being medieval fantasy euphoria is not what I expected. Seriously, yeah. And Helena didn't make sense. And that was one of the toxic butterflies that George listed, was Helena doing that for no reason. So she's all worried... She's not drinking the moon tea. And then she's all worried about Jaehaera. Thank you, Lord Vader. And then she just decides to peace out. Why? It makes no sense. Why was she concerned about the moon tea then? Why didn't she just drink it? Hello, James. That was odd. Having Ormond go in that manner, that was weird. I guess that's the whole reason he was like saying stuff about Gwaine, is so his end could be like that. I found that juvenile. I had to rewind, took a sec to make tea and missed the jump, and I was like, they did that? Yeah. Yeah. Tasteless Free, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, Foxy's clear. I'm not real big on the high towers either. You're very welcome. You know, happy to do it. I just wish I would have made a better decision and I would have gone after Cersei before the Night King. You know, it would have made more sense that way. Do eyeshadow with dragon colors? Yeah, I've done that. I can promise you this, it'd look better than Rhaenyra's eyeshadow. What? Who said that? That was a choice. That was a choice. Wasn't it? Hey, Vanna, how are you? That was a choice. Yeah, Brie. I even saw the video that was like the application of it. Oh, well, welcome. Yes, I did that. We held a vigil for Jace and for Vermax. Oh, thank you. Oh, I have little dragon earrings too. Her plastic chain hood was so bad with the color, with the show's color grading. Galactico, you are so right. It looks so bad. What's crazy is that, have you guys seen the comparisons between the armor in A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms and House of the Dragon? Even Ormond's armor looked better than Rhaenyra's. Yeah, Valardo Harris. I think Aegon's movie is gonna be good. I do. It's the guy that did House of Cards. I'm not concerned. I think it's gonna be decent. Hello, Ricky. How are you? Um, it's a lot of very strange choices. We are like, for whatever reason, Ryan Condal is very against Team Black. He actually came out and said that he was disturbed that people liked Rhaenyra and Daemon's chemistry in the first season. Thank you, Borland. Yes, this is supposed to be peak Targaryen power. It is, and the costumes are bad. The armor's bad. It's just, it's ridiculous. No, not quite Elsa, but I don't particularly like the cold. Armor is based off real examples, at least. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, best armor and costume design. Galactica, I've said it many times. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is by far the better series, by far. Right now, it's literally Matt Smith and Caraxes holding it up. My dragon's right there. He decided to take a nap. She looked like the evil queen on Snow White. Chad, like, you're not wrong. How could he say he's surprised what he wrote and shot it like that? I know, Galactico. It's because he, Near had on a onesie for arm, but Brie, you're not wrong on that either. It's because he's backtracking all the dislike and the disdain that Ryan Condal has for George. He's throwing that at Team Black, and it's just odd. It's because everyone knows Daemon is George's favorite, so is Daenerys. So it's just very weird. Hey, Fire Queen, how are you? Ryan Condal's anger at George is very obviously directed at House Targaryen, which you gotta realize that's gonna shape season 4. It's very strange. Very. That's why he's made Rhaenyra the way she is, and Aegon gets to say, you know, I'm alive. House of the Dragon is so underwhelming compared to Fire and Blood at the end of the day. You are correct. It is very underwhelming. Hello. Good, Fire Queen. How about you? Hey, Shades. The night is dark and full of terrors. Oh, but like, we had the end of Game of Thrones be heavily influenced by the showrunners wanting to end it and go to Star Wars. Now we're going to have House of the Dragons ending heavily influenced by a showrunner that dislikes the person that created the entire thing. I don't think it was always destined to fail if it had been put in the right hands. Because look at Ira Parker that's doing A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. If we had him doing House of the Dragon, it'd be totally different. Shades, it's definitely funny. I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, Star Wars is great. Aegon's such a good person. He's done no wrong. Exactly, Galactico. It's so funny, though, because Ryan Condal's made it so obvious that he favors Aegon and Alicent. And it's just hilarious to me. So we're not gonna have, like, everybody wanted like Rhaenyra the Cruel. You're not gonna get that. You're gonna get Rhaenyra the Mad, and then you're gonna get Alicent the Mother, which is a strange choice. Ricky, I did not like season 8 either. Is it Sunfire not supposed to be able to fly at this point in the books? Chad, like, you are correct. What's supposed to be happening at this point is Sunfire cannot fly because of an injured wing, and Kristen Cole is having food sent over, and Sunfire is finally able to fly right before the small folk arrive to. So it's that. Sunfire is not supposed to be in really bad shape until the second fight that he's in. So I guess that's not going to happen. The fire-breathing chicken. Yeah. The whole dragon respawn thing is weird too, because that's not a thing. It's giving that whole, like, I'm cool because I ignore the source material, and it's like, no. I heard they're not even going to do Hour of the Wolf. That's a big rumor right now. Seriously. There's a huge rumor they're skipping the Hour of the Wolf. Yeah. Don't be shocked if they do. It won't surprise me. Yeah. It's definitely a choice. Yeah. I guess. But yeah, I thought it would be huge too. But again, it's like they're trying to piss the audience off at this point. When are they going to show the small folk being angry and dissatisfied and started to rebel? I don't know, Galactico. I guess maybe after Rhaenyra speaks to them in High Valyrian again. Thank you, Foxies. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Alan. Yeah. Loki. I'm going to miss Orvin and his funny odor sensitivity. Yeah, I've seen a lot of memes that said that he would really like Bath and Body Works, and that's hilarious to me. So there's that. We're probably, I mean, I doubt we've seen the last scene with Rhaenyra and Alicent together. That'll be a thing. Yeah, I don't know, Cadillac. Like, some people are saying that the Shepherd's not even going to be in season 4. It'll probably be Massaria. And they're probably right. Massaria's character's weird. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. He might like body wash. He likes things that smell nice or light. Thank you, Foxies. I appreciate you. So that's the thing. Hold on. Honestly, you could tell me right now that it's going to end with Aegon and Alicent, like Aegon on the throne and Alicent like standing right there, and I would believe you. Because that's kind of the direction it sounds like it's going right now. Hold on. What's this?
The reason I have this job is because 8 years ago when I was making my first pilot, I happened to be making it in Santa Fe, which is where George R. R. Martin lives. I knew that because I'm a fan and a stalker. And I was out there, and I said to my agents basically, "Hey, can you set me up for dinner with him?" And they did, and he accepted the offer and was interested in meeting me. And we went out and had dinner, and we kind of became friendly, and we just kind of kept in touch. And I was just excited just that this guy knew who I was and was interested in me and my career and whatever. And we stayed in touch over the years, and he knew I obviously, loved his books and deeply cared about them. So I will say I'm coming at this as a fan who deeply, deeply cares about this, and I am doing my best currently, and will do my best to service the world, the material that George and David and Dan created, all coming before me, and Miguel and I are really trying to carry on the legacy.
Ooh, that did not age well. That did not age well at all. Oh wow, Valar Dohaeris. Yeah, that's the only cool thing Ulf's ever done. Almost cried when they off Jon Snow, but can you believe Bran is king? Ricky, I'm not a fan of King Bran at all. Not sure. Like, he had no emotion. It was weird. Yeah, if it happens in A Dream of Spring, it like Bran's not gonna just act like a robot. That was so weird. Hello, grandson. No. So in the beginning, that's Ryan Condal claiming that he's going to be faithful to the source material and that he's a fan of George and all that, which it's just ironic now. Um, I don't even know if there are teams anymore, to be honest with you. Right now, it's gone from like Team Green, Team Black to Team Source Material and Team Delusion. That's kind of it. Um, I mean, they could. That wouldn't be my pick, but I mean, there's a lot of other things I would rather see. But so there's that. So apparently they asked him who's going to sit the throne and like there's just a lot of Ryan Condal interviews coming up now that are really funny. I mean, to be honest, oh yeah, there's no way Charles Dance wouldn't have anything to do with the show. There's no way. Shades. None. Ever. Nope. Yep. Lied like a flea on a dog. That is true. Thank you for the follow. I'm not really like Team Delusion isn't really even Rainiscent anymore, honestly. Thank you for the follow. It's Team Delusion is just the weird stuff now. You know, like Corliss getting taken for what? It never amounted to anything. What was the point of saying that Daron was going to be king? That never went anywhere. Hello. Um, you know what I mean? Where's Cyrax? Why did they put her in that armor? You know what? I would love to see Daemon Blackfire. I think that'd be great. A lot of people would. Hey, Black Phillip, how are you? You know you're my favorite. I just want to live deliciously. So, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna read to you what some people have said. This is amusing. Thank you for the follow. So Rhaenyra is going to be the villain of season 4, and Aegon will be the brave man who defends the small folk from the Mad Queen. Oh, season 8, Game of Thrones reborn again. And then they said, Ryan, you're bald for a reason. Okay. Hey, how are you? Made my day when yeah, that was pretty cool. I know, isn't that funny? Shades, from Damon's point of view, yes. Now you gotta understand, we get everybody's point of view. Thank you for the follow. I agree, Lucifer. So we like Gwaine because we've seen him go through the mud with Kristen Cole, and then we saw that fantastic dismount off the horse. Damon didn't see any of that. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, Ricky. So all he's seeing is a high tower. So yeah, Gwaine's lucky that that's all Damon did. Hello, how are you, Ben? So, what else do we have? Okay. What is this? Oh, it's another interview where Ryan is saying he's gonna stick to the source material, and George is like, I'm very excited about Ryan sticking to the source material. God, people are bringing up old interviews. I'm glad people are seeing that. I want to see the Faith Militant Uprising. I would rather see that than this. He's just suffering. He's our princess. I agree with that. Hello. Can I just call you Cam? Guys, let me ask you this. Did you not find the scene strange with Rhaenyra and Alan and the High Septon? Like, she goes in there like she's going to do something, and then, like, then pushes Alan to do it in a weird way. Did y'all not find that odd? Like, girl, just do it yourself. You put the armor on, and you call Alan the blood of old Valyria. I'm glad somebody remembered that. You did, Foxy? Wasn't that one of the things they advertised this when they started? Yes. Galactico, yes. My favorite dragon across all of A Song of Ice and Fire is Drogon. Always will be. I love Drogon. I think he's beautiful, and I think his bond with Daenerys is cool, and I just think he's great. I think he's sassy, which I think is the reason a lot of people really care for Caraxes. Honestly, as far as adaptation, the closest to Daenerys and Drogon we get is Daemon and Caraxes. And like I would say that bond, I would say they rival each other. The difference is that Daenerys also has a maternal bond with Drogon. But like I would say Daemon and Caraxes is really close. Really close. Oh, thank you, Sonny. Ned would roast her for not taking her own sword. See what Shade said? Look at that. The man that passes the sentence swings the sword. And she did not. They are very focused on making us not like Rhaenyra. And I'll just point some things out. I'm not here to crap on everything. I'm here to make you think and to talk, and I want to... Oh, thank you. This is casual, Daenerys. You should see me on Friday. I'll be at on the throne, which is right over there. So, what's really strange is that Aegon season 1 did unforgivable things, but now we're supposed to like him, and his dragon just magically rejuvenates. We have Rhaenyra with strange armor, speaking the prophecy to the small folk. And also speaking in High Valyrian. It's just weird. Who likes Aegon? A lot of people. Buddy, my face has been called a throne. Black Phillip, I'm sure it has. I'm quite sure it has. Hold on. I think Ryan hates Targaryens because he's making... yes. Ryan Condal does not like Targaryens. But because... Yeah, probably. The scene with Cersei with Lady is parallel. Well, like... There's a lot of scenes in House of the Dragon that are just straight up copies from Game of Thrones. Some they try to hide that it's a copy, and some they don't even try to hide. And they're hiding it less and less. There were so many scenes that were exactly like the bells. It was strange. Thank you, Jack. Okay, so... Oh, okay. Hey, Arthur. So, Ryan Condal's definitely the ultimate master and CEO of rage baiting. First, the butterflies in the season 3 finale echoing "Beware the Butterflies," George's blog post. Then the Alicent throne choice, which he explained so thoroughly you almost believe he's actually doing it in season 4. Now the fandom is in flames. So that's kind of been the thing. Hey, Jess. Yeah, he was sitting up, and then I kept talking about House of the Dragon, and he laid down. And now he's like, look, he's cringing. Tell me that doesn't say everything you need. House of the Dragon season 3 finale. How do you feel, Drogon? Do I need to say anything? No. Bless his heart. All right. So yeah, the butterflies when Helena passes is definitely that's meant to irritate George. Um, yeah, I mean, what is this? Okay, that's about Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Okay. Um, so Ryan Condal has said he was disturbed by the people that like the chemistry between Damon and Rhaenyra, and he tried to make it gross because this is what he said. In the first season, I thought the real source material would spark controversy. After all, we're marrying off a man to his niece who is moreover underage. I had thought, will anyone really watch this show? But people showed such interest in it that honestly it really disturbed me. So if you're looking for something that will spark controversy, nothing beats this. He's now talking horribly about fans. Does this ever go well when they do this? No. He's angry that he's getting pushed back because he's doing a horrible job. I'm telling you, this man hates George R. R. Martin. He hates the fans that like Fire and Blood. That's all this is. He's looking for something to pour his hate into because he thought he could take George's source material and make it his own, and he would just be this big grand deal, and everyone would go, oh my God, you're a genius. And he's not a good writer. And he underestimated how many people like Fire and Blood and care for George. Instead of shocking fans, what if they just had character moments and explain people's motivations? Exactly, Galactico, exactly that. We don't have that. There's no dialogue in House of the Dragon that after somebody says it, people stop and go, wait a minute. How many fan theories do you see of House of the Dragon that aren't ships? Not many. There's nobody sitting here thinking, oh my God, why did they take Corlys? This is going to lead to something. You know, hey Lilith, you know, we had that with Game of Thrones. We had theories. We had people making all sorts of content about, I think this will lead to this, will lead to that. We have none of that. Kai, you can watch it casually. It depends on what kind of fan you are. I would say if you just want to see, you know, some weird stuff that's disturbing, I wouldn't, if you don't want to see weird mom and son stuff, then I would say don't. Seriously. Galactico, I don't think they're going to bring the Iron Islands in. I think it's too late. I mean, they've got so much they have to do in season 4. Now, you know what I'm worried about? Since Ryan Condal seems to be so anti, this is what's sad. Personally, and this is just my opinion, I feel like the only person that's really sticking up for any of Team Black is Matt Smith at this point. Emma Darcy has fully embraced what Ryan Condal wants to do with Rhaenyra. Emma Darcy came out and said that Rhaenyra is a fascist. It's not good, guys. It's not. None of it's good. Literally, the only reason that Damon's character probably still gets decent scenes is Matt Smith has pull. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, Lilith, I agree. Seriously. So much. Yeah, Daeron's a little boring, but I like him. Yeah, agree. And we need at least a couple characters we like. But like, what was the point of the Daeron's going to be king thing? I think people would have rather seen Book Daeron on his dragon. But again, Ryan Condal has said no one with white hair or anyone that has a dragon should sit the throne. Yeah, it's so weird seeing Emma Darcy in interviews talking normal and having live opposed to Rhaenyra. Yeah, because so different. No, Lucifer, you're fine. It's just like, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, I hate the fact that I wish Emma Darcy liked Fire and Blood. But to do this, I guess you have to separate yourself from it. Matt doesn't. Matt read Fire and Blood. It's one of those things. Like, it's very disappointing to me. But of course, I wanted a more book accurate Rhaenyra. Yes, you're right, Lilith. I agree with that. Tom is doing a fantastic job. He really is. I hope we see more of him in season 4 because at least he's giving something like, okay, cool, this is interesting. Like, just think about it. Yeah, Amelia Clark does not watch House of the Dragon. She's never seen any of it. She will not watch it. Like, think about it. We have to give Tom credit because he took one tiny sentence and made it like a big deal that it's a meme now. I'm alive. I mean, on paper, all that said was I'm alive. And he put that in there. He's talented. He's great. So I stand corrected. Matt Smith and Tom and the actor that plays Aemon, I mean, he's doing great with what he has, but like, we didn't need any more Harrenhal. Also, what was the point of the eggs? That is true. You'd have to trust your audience to have the ability to understand shades of gray. Galacto, you're right. You're right. Imbecile. Yeah, it was great. If I reread Fire and Blood before these last 2 seasons, I'd probably be mad. Yeah, that's why I didn't reread it. You are completely correct. Hello, it's good. How are you? Yes, I agree with that very much. Yes. Hold on, let me approve this. So, okay. I can't stand Aegon, but man, his crazy is good. Exactly, Brie. And that's fine. You know, like, there's a lot of characters that we love they're crazy. I mean, from, like, different levels. Like, there's Tormund crazy. You go all the way from that, you know, to Ramsay crazy. Like, there's a lot of it that's really good. Shades, that's not true. Alice Rivers was not the wife of Hair in the Black. That was so weird. I'm glad you brought that up. Galactica, that's funny. Yeah, and you can go. I was convinced Alice was gonna get Aemon. Yeah. Yeah. That was weird. The thing is, yes, that is true. How is Aemon of all characters starting to bore me? Right. How? Because he was given nothing this season. Yeah, like like a little bit of Ormond's time could have been given to Aemon and given Aemon something. Kai, that's hilarious. Thank you, Brie. But the thing is, like, we spent a lot of time with the Alice Aemon thing, and it never amounted to anything. The eggs meant nothing. The fact that they've made up that she was the wife of Hair in the Black, it means nothing. No, none of it meant anything. There's no Vagar, no explanation. There was no point. Yeah, Caraxes, I'm telling you, Daemon, Aegon, Sunfire, and Caraxes, they held, and Sheep Stealer. He got the Daemon season 2 treatment, but worse. I agree with that. Yes. At least Daemon at Harrenhal, we spent way too much time there last season, but at least Daemon at Harrenhal, that was his therapy, right? He had to deal with the problems he had with his brother and the pride. You know, the guilt he had with Rhaenyra. Aemon didn't go through any of that. Hey, Pawpaw. Yeah, Brie, I agree with that. Shades, I think brutal. Hey, how are you? I think brutal because Ryan Condal, I think he's going to lean in to this thing. You got to understand, Ryan Condal's bitter because people don't like his writing because it's not good. So, what characters does George love? The Targaryens. Very much. So, hey, Chelsea. So, Ryan Condal is going to put all of his anger to that. So, yeah, Rhaenyra's going to have a bad end. If Damon's end ends up being decent, it's only because Matt Smith has the pull to say no. Thank you, Chelsea. Yes, that is true. Yes, they show Rhaenyra near fire all the time. But what's so weird is that what's wrong with having Rhaenyra the cruel? Why do we have to have Rhaenyra the mad? Rhaenyra the cruel would make sense of all the grief and the pressure. But why did we get crying asking Massaria if she's worthy? And then she kicks Massaria out like the next day? Did y'all not find that strange? Lilith, I hope it does. I do. I hope it does. I love the final during season 1. I got so bored with Aemon, so I went to be... Well, I mean, honestly, Luna, if you get bored with a character, it's not your fault. It's because they haven't been given anything interesting. When you have actors that could take very interesting stories and do well with it, the acting's there. I don't understand why they switched from making her like Dany to now Visenya, make her Rhaenyra. Chelsea's correct. Ryan Condal got this idea he was going to bring back Daenerys, and that didn't work. So he got bitter. So now it's Visenya, and it's like there's a reason why those are separate characters. They all have cool stuff about them. And the whole like involving the Reach, that's not a thing. And then the Greyjoys, that's not a thing. It's just weird. Now it's raining again. Pawpaw, you do too much. You need to rest. The way time feels so condensed. Yes, like things happen in the span of a day. Galactic, I agree with that. Yeah, the Targaryen madness thing wears me out like so much, and I feel like Ryan Condal's leaning into it. No, I'm not single, but thank you for asking. The thing is, I wanted this show to be good. I really did. Before it came out, there were a lot of content creators that didn't want it to happen because they were scared of what, season 8 did. I tried to be positive and say, no, guys, we need something new, or the fandom is just going to be stale. I mean, I was right, but just not about House of the Dragon. It was a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And I admit that. I do. And now I'm critical of it, So I'll take that. Do you think he knew they're making Aegon shows, so wanted to create Visenya's story as show canon? Chelsea, yes, 100%. Yes. That's a great question. Also, Harrenhal is a big moment in Aegon's conquest. I swear to you, if they put Alice Rivers in Conquest, okay, that's all. I'm not even going to say it. If we keep getting big budget fantasy shows that keep failing, we're not going to be able to get more. Exactly, Galactico, and that's why it makes me mad. Oh, Papa, I know what you mean. Yeah. The actor who plays Lagatha can play Visenya. A lot of people would like Catherine Winnick to play Visenya. A lot. I want to play Rhaenys. People ask, second from Daenerys, my favorite Targaryen female is OG Rhaenys. I love her. I love Meraxes, and I love her. And Daenerys is descended from Rhaenys, and I think that's intentional. It's ridiculous to take over Harrenhal, Visenya's armor design. Yes, it's absolutely ridiculous. the eye makeup, it looked one way, and then when they filmed it and put that filter over it, it looked like she had a black eye. That was weird. Why would you speak High Valyrian to the small folk? Why would you talk about the prophecy to the small folk? All they care about is being able to feed their family. Lucifer, do it. Hey, Lordor. Did you like that, Paw Paw? I'm glad you did. That scene was something. I had to do that. Like, I wish House of the Dragon would just understand that it's enough. We don't need Aegon's armor. We don't need Visenya's armor. We don't need the prophecy. We don't need to see Daenerys. We don't need to see the dance. Guys, okay, let me just put it to you this way. The Dance of Dragons was such a big deal that Shireen talked about it. Shireen Baratheon. Of all the stories of House Targaryen, that's the one that she wanted to read about repeatedly and talk about. It was such a big deal. Joffrey tells Marjorie about it. Right? Think about that. Right? Okay, well, if it's that big of a deal, why can't it stand on its own? It can. They're just not allowing it. They just made it something else. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Shades is right. Arya talks about Visenya with Tywin at Harrenhal, of all places. Also, I would like to point out what I saw someone else say. If Alice is like Dracula and been cursed with long life, where is she in Game of Thrones? If we have to come up with an answer for that, it's going to be this. Tywin saw her there, talked to her for a minute, and had somebody just get rid of that. I'm not dealing with that. Get rid of the bats too. Maybe that needs to be a scene. Yes, Paw Paw, just 8 episodes, season 4 too. How did I feel about the Alice reveal? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just silly. Because Alice Rivers is spooky in Fire and Blood. She didn't need to be here in The Black's Wife with a kid that got whatever. Did you guys notice? Okay, yeah, almost everything that's not in Fire and Blood that they create for House of the Dragon is taken from Game of Thrones. Do you know who really had a child with an illness and they went everywhere trying to get help for them? That was Stannis. That was Stannis and Shireen. Stannis gave Shireen a doll that gave her grayscale. So they had Alice Rivers have a child that was burned and she tried to help. Like, I'm telling you, nothing's original. Ask me and I'll tell you where it came from. Rocky, it's going to be, we are not holding back. No, we're recording it tomorrow. I'll get it out as soon as I can, but there's not going to be any, we're not holding anything back. Thank you for the follow. Alice is the vampire behind Roose Bolton. You know what? Might as well. Let's just go with that. Hey, Pendragon. We might as well do that. But like literally, so much has just been taken from Game of Thrones. It's weird. It's getting more obvious too. It's kind of scene by scene. This is not what I wanted. Like, big shocker. Season 8 was really painful for me. I don't want that for people that like Fire and Blood. I don't want that. I'm like Jon Snow. I don't want that. I want a really good show that people can enjoy. It's like they picked events from Game of Thrones out of a hat to rewrite as House of the Dragon. Chelsea, yes, it is. It's like they scroll TikTok for like big Game of Thrones reveal moments and then just copy paste. Like, guys, Massaria was like the worst Mistress of Whispers ever. Then says all that to Helena and the guards don't stop her. Strange. Strange. Hello. Valar Morghulis. If Roose Bolton is a vampire. No. The Roose Bolton is a vampire thing is mostly funny. I noticed parallels with Dany to Helena even in the episode. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't really see parallels with Daenerys and Helena except maybe season 1 Daenerys when she didn't have any kind of freedom. Maybe that. Guys, here's the biggest thing that pisses me off. And this is true. This is what he said. Ryan Condal has come out on record and said, magic leaving the world is because of Helena's passing, not because of the dragons. Because he said dragon dreamers are more rare than dragons. I'm just going to sit here for a minute and let you digest that. Thank you, Richmond. Yes, that is what he has said. Magic is leaving the world because of Helena Targaryen. Right, Lucifer. Thank you, Big Mac. Helena. Winter, that's why they had Helena have that dream and it turned to winter. Winter is coming because of Helena. Yes, Paw, yes, very. They did a kooky thing with her and made it nonsensical. It was very strange. I don't have an answer for it at all. It's like it just feels like there's no way that it's on, like when they planned season 1, they had a timeline for each character. It's been too discombobulated. Yes, they did. Lucifer said it seems like they wanted Helena to be like Tommen in the parallels. No, you're correct. But like it was like a last minute decision. I'm like Helena with her chickens was like Tommen with his kittens. See? I am. Not the destination of the children of the forest, oh gods, the doom or anything else, right? Galactic, exactly. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the dwindling numbers of the children of the forest, or let's see, what else do we have? Less and less werewolves. Not the giants. We have less giants. It's not that. Yeah, it's not the doom with all the dragons falling from the sky. It's Helena. Honestly, I don't think that Ryan Condal even knows what the doom is. I don't think he knows. Yeah, Lucifer. I mean, like they can be your favorite characters, and you can root for them, but also be frustrated that they're not getting better scenes. I think Aegon's Conquest is gonna be fine. No, I cannot watch your post. Seriously, Jess. Watch Rhaenyra have a 5-minute scene where she's in a small cell staring at a beetle. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Who does Ryan think he is? Better than George? And I'll go, do you know why he thinks that? Because he's got people like Sarah Hess and the other show, like the other writers telling him that he's great. That he's got people being, you're better than George. Oh, he's just a silly old man. No, we're gonna make this ours. How well did that go? Yeah, Chelsea, I was shocked he knew who Heron the Black was too. But he also mistakenly called him Heron the Cruel, so we can't give him too much credit. What are they gonna do with Alicent now? Ryan Condal said she should have the throne. Like, I'm upset because I can't help but compare Alicent and her kids to Cersei and her kids. No, I mean, you can do that. I've seen a lot of posts saying that Cersei's a better mother than Alicent. Aegon's Conquest is gonna be. I think it'll be. Look, Ryan Condal has nothing to do with Aegon's Conquest. Paw, you are correct, 100%. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, everyone's the cruel now. Yep, everyone. I mean, it's just bizarre. It's very strange that. Okay, so for Rhaenyra, to feel powerful, she had to put on Visenya's armor. Do you want to know why that doesn't make sense? Because she has a dragon. That's why it doesn't make sense. If you read A Song of Ice and Fire and Fire and Blood and you really immerse yourself, there are enough stories that you'll understand. The dragon bond isn't just a telepathic link. There's at least one account of a sickly child bonding with a dragon, and the child was no longer sickly. It's more than that. It's magic. Rhaenyra should be pulling strength from Syrax. Just think about that for a minute. Where Pawpaw thinks Alicent's hotter than Cersei. So, where we leave Daenerys in A Song of Ice and Fire, she's ill. My personal opinion, she hasn't been bonded with Drogon for that long. The longer her bond with Drogon is, I think the illness is going to abate. Because we have examples of that. Rhaenyra has a very close bond with Syrax. They're almost the exact same age. Like, Rhaenyra doesn't remember a time without Syrax. Syrax doesn't remember a time without Rhaenyra. That should be enough strength. Sam Fireblood, it felt like he kind of established that the Targaryens don't get sick. Some don't. That's a good point. Some Targaryens don't get sick. Some do. It looks like Daenerys is lucky. Probably has something to do with having 3 dragons. But she does not get ill until like the very end. And I do think that has something to do with magic. Ryan needed to watch Dragonheart. And Ryan needed to not be where he is. Guys, hello Chris. He didn't do very much before House of the Dragon, which I'm not saying you have to have this huge resume, but I really wish it would have been put in the hands of somebody that had experience. Yeah, exactly. But you know, Shade, some people think Viserys was being poisoned. So that's a possibility. I don't know. But, I mean, he very well could have been. I mean, stranger things. But the whole thing about Rhaenyra being weak and crying and all of this, and then needing to put on armor to pretend like she's confident with herself, is strange because you have a dragon. Here's another thing. Should be replaced for the final season. I agree, Brie. Hello, Tony. There was a scene, apparently a scene with Rhaenyra and Daemon, where I mean it's an emotional, like, not romantic, but like a loving scene that was cut on purpose. Oh, ask me. I think Rhaena was treated horribly. And did you guys catch the very quick statement that apparently Rhaenyra locked up Baela? Did you catch that? That fight between Daemon and John Roxton was a pretty awesome fight. Yeah, that was choreographed very well. I think Daemon's a better fighter than that, and it doesn't make sense why he wouldn't be on Caraxes, but we'll just be okay with that. Yeah, Brie, it was said really quickly. I doubt I can find the clip. Let me see if anybody said anything about it. It was like really fast. But I've seen people online talking about it. I'll try to find it. But yeah, that's going to be like hard. But I saw somebody post about it. I'll find it. Apparently there's like a brief conversation where somebody says something about Baela being locked up. So, I didn't expect Roxanne to do better against Daemon than Cole did. Yeah. The whole point of that and Daemon not doing very well in that fight was so they could do the slow motion thing that they did in the Bells. I don't think House of Dragons is going back to Dragonstone for the end. Probably not. Budget probably won't allow it. Do I think Arian's trying to imitate Daemon and his aura? No. No. I think Arian has his own confidence, some of which is delusional and misplaced. I think he has his own brand. Do I think they have some similarities? Maybe a little. Arian's really nuts, though. He is yes, he is. He's a very special spicy cookie, and I promise you guys, if the actor wasn't so attractive, people would not care that much. I'm just saying, it's the jawline. What do you think about the memes of Daemon thinking Hugh looking for his cat? That was hilarious. That was hilarious. What Bree's talking about is Hugh screaming for his wife, and like Daemon has no idea Hugh's wife's name. So people are saying he might as well have been looking for his cat to Daemon, which is hilarious. Again, though, that's all Hugh has, though. He's either talking about his wife, going to see his wife, or screaming for his wife. Yes, Lucas, Bela and her dragon are confined to the Red Keep. Yes. But now, why that was not explicitly explained, and it was just basically, I guess, one sentence said that. What the sheep stealer? Yes, what they did to sheep stealer made me really angry. Because I don't see how Daemon and Rhaenyra would not see that as an advantage. Number one, sheep stealer did not do anything to Jace directly. Also, sheep stealer is a pretty big dragon, and all that does is give them another dragon. I mean, can you have too many dragons? I don't think so. If they switch Aegon's actor and Arian's actor, people would fangirl hard for Aegon. Yeah, and they already do, so it'd be even more. It's a jawline thing, man. If you have a jawline, a sharp jawline, people will love you. Yeah. I just wonder, or I feel bad for the people that encounter him in Lee's. Seriously. Yes, if anything, Sheepstealer would be good for Yes. What would make sense to me if you're merging Nettles and Rhaena? Nettles had a great bond with Sheepstealer. There was no problem with commands. Dragons don't need to hear commands in High Valyrian. Here's a little secret for you. He doesn't mind if I tell you. You don't have to say anything, maybe in the beginning, but the commands you give the dragon are here. It's not a language, it's a thought. So, hey, Pawpaw. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of forced tension. So, Rhaena and Sheepstealer, with Sheepstealer, he will not heed me. That makes no sense at all. None. Not a bit. It also doesn't make sense why you would allow your dragons to fight amongst each other when you have Vhagar somewhere. Yes, they do. They understand your emotions and intentions. The longer you're bonded with your dragon, the more they understand. Oh, that's fine, Pawpaw. Which, that's a reason why OG, I say OG because there's two and they're both amazing. Rhaenys is a favorite of mine. Rhaenys spent more time on Meraxes than Visenya and Vhagar and Aegon and Balerion combined. She loved her dragon. She was on her dragon all the time. When she wasn't riding her dragon Meraxes, she was riding her other dragon, Aegon. Like how Rhaena feels safe around Sheepstealer when he doesn't understand her. Yeah, exactly, Lucas. It made no sense. You like that, Brie? It made no sense. They were alone in a cave, and you have Sheepstealer bringing her food, which that's not a thing, but I didn't mind it. And then it's, he will not heed me. Why'd he bring you food? If they're, if they're jumping my dragon like that, they got to take me too? Yes. 100%. Look, ask yourself this, okay? It doesn't matter if you're a dog or a cat person or something else. You're something. Okay? Just put yourself into this perspective. Okay? It's you and your closest pet. And here come 3 to jump on your closest pet. What are you doing? What are you doing? If you would do more for your pet than Rhaena would do for her dragon, do you see the writing problem there? Right? See? You see the problem? Take me and my dog? Yes. I had a very scary experience a few years ago. I have a Havishon named Prince. He's part Bichon and part Havanese. And he wasn't a puppy, but he was like probably 9 months old. I was moving and I had neighbors with a very large dog that they did not keep in a yard. It was a whole thing. Large male dog, not fixed. And the dog was like pure muscle. So I'm in the living room. The front door's behind me. The movers are in front of me. Mover is looking past me, which I found strange, and says, "Stay still." Of course I don't. I look. It's that dog, the neighbor's dog. Prince runs in front of me. I didn't even think. I dove. You know that scene in Captain America when he thinks it's going to explode and he covers it? That's what I did on hardwood floor. And I covered Prince until they drug the dog away. Do you see my point? That. Oh yeah, I was like all bruised up. It was bad. But I mean, do I regret it? No. Right. I would imagine a lot of you guys would do that. Thank you, Brie. Yes, maternal instinct. That's my baby. Thank you. And no, I wouldn't even have thought. It was just a jump. Okay, it's automatic. Thank you. Thanks, guys. So we like Rhaena. She's sweet. She wanted a dragon really bad. Are we supposed to believe that she would have just been like, okay, and gave a passing glance? No. All right, fine. Let's go ahead and let's say that they haven't been bonded long enough and Sheep Stealer's not listening to her because maybe she's conflicted. If she's not confident telling the dragon what to do, maybe there's an issue. We'll go with that. Here's my thing. This is my problem. Instead of saying, "He will not heed me, stay back," why was she not screaming at him, "Stay back, they'll get you. Stay back. There's 3 of them to you." Did you not find that odd? You sought him out and bonded with him. He brought you food and you're not telling him to stay back? What? Bonquisha, you are hilarious. Welcome, by the way. Hey, Eric. He will not heed me is crazy. Like, what she should have been screaming is, "They will not heed me, stay back." Thank you, Eric. If you guys don't mind sending me a heart me, the orange heart right there, it costs 1 coin and it's like super helpful. So thank you. Yes, Sheep Stealer will be back. Yes. So, but my thing is this, you were in that cave with him. She wasn't worried about Sheep Stealer hurt. She was more worried about Rhaenyra the whole time. Yeah. While Rhaenyra was not the least bit worried about Syrax, the smallest dragon by far. Never been in a fight. Never been in a fight. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Syrax never been anything close to a fight. Smallest dragon there. Honestly, thank you, Brie. If it wasn't for Sea Smoke and Caraxes, mostly Caraxes, thank you, it would have been way worse. And I'll tell you something that also doesn't make sense. If you go back and watch the scene, which is very hard to watch for me, Sheep Stealer, and Bree brought this up on the podcast. Sheep Stealer has a really big mouth, thank you, Shades, and chomps down on Cyrax's neck multiple times. Guys, the damage should have been worse than it was. And it was not good. Then Rhaenyra just doesn't care. Then, because it's another mistake, the writers come out and say something else. They say that because of the molten blood of the dragons, it healed itself. Yeah. Yeah. They don't share many relationships with dragons except Daemon and Caraxes and Daeron and Tessarion. Lucas, I think part of that is because Matt Smith, he read Fire and Blood, loves Daemon and Caraxes, and I think he fights for it. I do. Honestly. Yeah, the Targaryen queen. Even Aegon went out with his dragon. Like, I hate what Aegon did going into that with a dragon that did not have any idea that they were about to get in a fight. But it's no different than Rhaenyra rolling up with Cyrax with Sheep Stealer. No different. No different. That defeats the purpose of the dragon. Right. Pawpaw it is. Yes, I have said Dracarys, y'all. I have no problem with that. Obviously, you've never heard... You've never been to Tyrosh? This is a very Tyroshi accent. No one knows what it sounds like, so I can make that up. Like, the Dragon Bond comes and goes depending on who we're talking about. Another thing, I hate we saw Moon Dancer so little. That's just a little side note. Other than that, they shouldn't have fought. That fight seems so sad. Like it was, yes, the fight was silly. It was another, the show doesn't rely on good storytelling. It relies on shock value. It has the whole time. It started off with Alicent sending for Rhaenyra and you see the trail behind her. It relies on shock value. Shock value. Galacto it is. Thank you, Jinx's wife. If you think that, then come hang out on Friday when I'll be dressed in a Daenerys outfit on the throne. Yeah, Lucas, and what we do see thank you. What we do see of the dragons, it ends up making my head hurt instead of me being excited. That's why I was so pleased with Caraxes. Thank you for the follow. Paw, please do. Please. And another thing that Bree brought up, did you guys see Daemon's horse? Daemon's horse's armor is literally Caraxes. He has Caraxes' head down his nose. Did you guys see that? Hey, Ray. Thank you, Black Phillip. You know I love you. That was great. That was great. Hey, look, I give it credit where credit is due. It was very cool. Now, I'm not really sure why he was on a horse, but it makes sense that he would have his horse look like his dragon. Now, here's my thing. Did he need to scream Caraxes? No. He's got a great dragon bond. But this is what I will say. I don't think he screamed Caraxes for Caraxes. I think he screamed it for his troops to hear. He's amping them up. So I don't think that call for Caraxes was necessary because we've seen Daemon give him commands without speaking. I think that was for everybody to hear and for them to hear too. Because it's Daemon. Caraxes is a diva. Paw, have him dig in the dirt. Have him paw at it. That'd be funny. Like he's getting riled up. That's what you should do. Horses had the best costumes in the show. Galactico's not wrong at all. It felt a little late for Daemon to realize the reality of war. Lucas, yeah, but I was still thankful we got that because I did not think we would. Daemon's the only character that we've seen actually make sense that he's getting older. Like, I give credit to this. Daemon telling Rhaenyra, I was never there for Rhaena. I need to be there for her now. And then Daemon seeing the reality of war and how awful it is. And then Daemon telling the kids to move out of the way and pausing because two wouldn't, but knowing I've got to do this. I thought that was fantastic. I give total credit. I don't think Daemon's a fraud, but okay. I thought that made sense. He's older now. He's seen some stuff. That part of Daemon made sense to me. Hanging with the gold cloaks and saying that, you know, we're gonna be gods. But you guys, you gotta understand, by the time we get to season 4, I'm not gonna give anything away. When Daemon has words with Aemon, Daemon's tired at that point. So next season, Daemon is like, you know what? I've been in a lot of battle and I'm getting real tired of it, actually. And that's going to make sense because they set it up in season 3. Again, I feel like Matt Smith probably had something to do with that. Post Stepstones, Galactico, he's kind of hard-headed, so I guess we'll give him that. But yes. How do I feel about Ulf the Betrayer? I can't stand Ulf. Y'all, do y'all know how iconic his dragon is and how angry it makes me every time he's around her? How do you think Daemon is going to react to what Rhaenyra did to the High Septon? Won't care. He'll love it. The only problem Daemon will have is that she didn't do it herself. She made Alan do it. Daemon doesn't give a damn about the High Septon. Honestly, the line that Rhaenyra did, what did she say? Something about, like, their gods are nothing to yours, whatever. That's a very Daemon line. Because Daemon doesn't give a damn about the Seven at all. Right. The saddest death in Game of Thrones? Daenerys? Daenerys? Who did you think I would say? The saddest death in Game of Thrones? You want me to answer that? Probably the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea. Your gods are above his. Thank you. Second, if you just want to know deaths I cried about, Daenerys the most. Second, Viserion. Barristan's was sad. Missandei is third. Viserion hurt really bad because they drew it out. Missandei, Rhaegal, Jorah, Barristan. I don't know, and all those are very sad too. But I keep allegiance with who you would expect. Yes, Lady, very much. Grey Wind, Rob. Lady's death was very painful. So his dragon got one of the coolest name. Yeah, guys. Silverwing's about 100 years old. And is Silverwing and Vermithor the only documented pairing we have? They're the only 100% canon documented pairing. They're very close. Silverwing's about 100 years old, has seen a lot, and is absolutely beautiful. And one thing I do like is that she doesn't have any holes in her wings. Vhagar does, but Vhagar's been in more battle. I did like the fact that they didn't do that, because I was kind of worried they would, because I don't want people to think that they automatically just get all those. No, Vhagar's been in it. She's been in the trenches for a lot, a whole lot. So, yeah, yes. She is a delicate lady, and people didn't realize how large she is. She's a big girl too. She looks little compared to her man, but he's massive. Thank you, Renfield. I appreciate that. Anytime you're here, I always think of Renfield and Dracula. My favorite line he has when he's with Jack, and he's like, "Would you like an hors d'oeuvre?" And it's the bugs. Yes, Vhagar. She liked to scrap. I think she wants to sleep now, but nobody will let her. Maybe that's where she's been. Is sleeping. Yes. Yes, Tommen did that because he was madly in love with Marjorie, and then that was just too much. Yes. Can't wait to see Balerion, Meraxes, and young Vhagar on screen. I agree. I can't either. I hope that Vhagar in the film looks like a young version of the Vhagar in House of the Dragon. I do. I hope they keep some continuity. Obviously, I want Balerion to look like Drogon, and then Meraxes somewhere in between. Vhagar trying to do her nails. Man, I think she was probably putting some ointment on her joints and just wanting to chill. Seriously. She's a granny who used to tussle in back alleys for Nick. Yeah, Brie, 100%. She's a tough girl. Yeah, but like, okay, guys. Caraxe's diva walk was iconic. Guys, do you remember how shocking it was with Tommen? He took his little crown off and you thought, oh my gosh, he's going to be so upset. And he just gets up there, no word. You remember how shocking that was? Now, think about Helena. It didn't give that. The shocking part was kind of, I guess, Rhaenyra just walking up, looking, and closing the window. But do you see what I'm saying? The writing isn't where it should be. There's a lot of big things going on. Right? Yeah, it's just... Because, let me tell you why. Because what we saw of Helena before that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Also, Rhaenyra force feeding her was odd. No, she didn't deserve that. I'm alive, imbecile. That was pretty funny. Helena refusing the moon tea. Helena worried about her daughter. And then Helena just taking herself out. See? It doesn't make sense. It's just, there's no it's not cohesive at all. Oh, and just for everybody, because I know you love him. Here he is. He wants you to know that he appreciates all of the love, and he's really glad that you like his walk and that you like his back legs, because no one has back legs like Caraxes. Do you see how happy he is? He very much appreciates that y'all like his acting. He thought he brought a lot to that. Renfield, you're supposed to. She just leaves Jahaira behind, right? What's happening right now, the people that, thank you, Brie, the people that are saying, guys, I feel weird, I don't like Rhaenyra anymore, I like Aegon, that's intentional. That's what the writing is doing. It's very strange. Ryan Condal is very Team Green, which is weird. And he wants you to dislike Rhaenyra and like Aegon. Thank you for the follow. It's being written that way. Oh yeah, no, that totally makes sense. But like, well, right, casual watchers, right? Casual watchers that don't know all, thank you, Gotham, that don't know all the ins and outs and aren't hyper fixated are gonna have an issue. Like, wait a minute, I thought I liked that one, now I like that one. Which I don't blame them for that. Because there are people that casually watch House of the Dragon. I know, it's very hard to imagine. right? Come on. I'm the person that actually did a TikTok about dragons' teeth. Which, by the way, they're conveyor belt teeth like sharks. So when a tooth is broken, there's like one behind it to replace it. Mm-hmm. Right, that is true. Okay, what Lucas said. I would like it would have been better if they made it to where people started to not like either. That's how it's supposed to be. Oh no, your dad's at Harrenhal. Bree, let us know what he thinks about that. Rave's death was more sad than Helena. Preem, you're not wrong. Not being in fandom sounds boring. Yeah, I can't imagine it. But they might be in a different fandom and just watching House of the Dragon casually, you know what I mean? They might just like fantasy. He's a casual watcher. He's so concerned. All right, Bree, we're going to need to know more about what your dad thinks about it. I agree with what Lucas said there. Yes, season 1 did make him irredeemable. It did, and that was a mistake. You can't do that. You can't make him that horrible in season 1 and then finesse it. Right now, we're not supposed to like either one. We're not. What we're supposed to see is that what tore down House Targaryen itself. Guys, it's a cautionary tale, just like the Doom. Why did the Doom happen? Greed, arrogance, pride. Greed, arrogance, pride. Why did the dance happen? Greed, arrogance, pride. The Doom happened. The dance happened. These are the sins of the father that Daenerys is attempting to reconcile. You see what I'm saying? Valyria, slavery. Trying to deal with that. The dance took away dragons. She brought them back. Her father was cruel. She's trying to be kind. That's why Fire and Blood was written. Fire and Blood was written so she has a backstory. You understand what she's doing and her purpose. And that's before anything that has to do with the others. Yes, I agree. Rhaenyra has become villainous. Thank you, Eric. The dance happened because family therapy hadn't been invented yet. Man, I mean, they need a lot. A whole lot. God forbid a woman have a hobby, right? Well, I mean, her hobby was Daemon, and that was fine. Yes, Daenerys is meant to be the opposite of her ancestors. That is correct. She is trying. And that's the thing. Daenerys isn't perfect, but she tries. Jon's not perfect. He's trying. They parallel a lot. And again, because Rhaenyra says she's the prince that was promised, we're having the debate again if it's Daenerys or Jon. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. That's a fight that doesn't need to happen because both of them play a huge part. Both of them are needed. If both of them weren't needed, then Jon wouldn't be doing for the wildlings what Daenerys is doing with the freedmen. Like, that's the whole point. It's gonna take both. I don't even know if Roy could do anything with that, but that's very appropriate because of all the mom stuff. And we know he was hooked on that. Right? You know what? Who's more heroic, Jon or Donk? Thank you, David. I would say, I don't know if it makes Jon more heroic, but Jon has had to make more difficult decisions than Donk. But I don't know if one's more heroic than the other. It's just based on what they've been through, basically. Yes, what Galactico said. How am I feel about Alice? Ridiculous and pointless. Went nowhere. stupid story. She's not the wife of Hair in the Black. That's just dumb. Okay, here. What Arthur said. I think they're about equal, but John's a big picture guy. That John's got a lot more going on. A lot. I mean, the whole switch the baby thing, that takes a lot. Yeah, John is focused on the big picture, just like Daenerys is. Like, does John know where he's going to put all the free folk? No, he doesn't. What John did with Alice Karstark speaks volumes. That alone tells you who John is. Drogon is fine. He's a little embarrassed about House of the Dragon, so he's in cringe mode, but he's actually fine. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Can you blame him? So, I would say at least those stories have heroes. There's not really much of a hero in House of the Dragon. And yes, if like what's happened to Rhaenyra, would that make somebody a villain? It's a lot. It's a lot. I just don't like the quick change from crying. I mean, like at the beginning of the episode, she's crying to Daemon and looks like she's having a panic attack because she finds out Aegon's alive, to like being this weird twisted thing in Alan's ear. You're the blood of old Valyria. That was odd. That was just odd. That is true. The Snow Bros who hate Daenerys are just misogynists because they're so similar. You're right. 100%. Yep. And God knows we've dealt with enough of them. Haven't we, old friend? Hot take, you hate the writing of A Song of Ice and Fire? Why are you in here then? You can leave. House of the Dragon fan, I like parts of it. Yeah, Brie, it was. We got her like shifting way too quick. Way too. If you don't like A Song of Ice and Fire, you can get out of here. Thanks, guys. Why are you here? You know what's funny though? You want to know what proves something? He didn't say Game of Thrones. He said A Song of Ice and Fire. So you knew what the series is called, the series of books. That means they really are a fan. Watch what people say. Just watch. They tell on themselves a lot. When they come in here to insult Daenerys, they'll often insult Daenerys about something very specific, and it's like, how would you know that if you weren't a fan? Yeah, Brie, I've been doing this for a minute. Thank you. You know what, Ray? I like that. House of the Dragon feels like an unauthorized biography. I did not approve. Yes. And we're supposed to feel some type of way because, yes, we have two unreliable narrators, but it's not supposed to be this. I told you guys, when was it, Sunday? That I wish they had left more to where we have to decide what we believe. I don't know why they didn't take that approach. Albin, I didn't like the end of Game of Thrones either. Not including Mushroom was a crime. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, having him show up every once in a while and start something would be pretty amusing. Hello, how are you? What's up, Mateo? I mean, at this point, we could probably use the levity, to be honest. Right now, what's keeping me going? Vermithor and Silverwing's relationship, and Daemon and Caraxes, Daeron and Tessarion, Aegon saying he's alive. That's pretty much that's what's keeping here at this point. Sheep Stealer. I did a post where I had a picture of a maester wrapping up sheep stealer. Yeah, little Joffrey with his little crown. They could have let him say something though. Oh, that's great. I love that they have a Song of Ice and Fire. Black Phillip, thank you. I'm so glad. You know I love you. I mean, some people might think, you know, you're evil. They just don't understand you like I do. I mean, I like butter. I like a new dress. Watch the end of the show. Mushroom never existed. It's the Maesters just writing in Old Town. Probably. You know what's frustrating? Is that the show doesn't explain anything about Old Town. They don't understand, like, a casual watcher has no idea that the high towers are from Old Town. Old Town is where the Maesters are. That's the Citadel. No, they've never explained that. Thank you, Derek. Living Deliciously is great. They've never explained that. Or the ending is Viserys telling Daenerys about the dance. Yes, probably. Or no, actually, probably the prophecy. Yeah, Galactor, I agree with that. Yeah. It'll probably be like a really bad CGI Viserys, like telling Daenerys, like, you have to marry Drogo because of the prophecy. Right? And then he, like, pulls out the dagger. Please, no. Please. Please. Please, no. Please, no. I did see somebody say something really funny. They were talking about Aegon's conquest and House of the Dragon. It's like, all of this just to end up with the dragon burning the chair. And I saw someone else say, all of this just to end up with Bronn as Master of Coin. And that is funny. Try it. Well, Ray, why don't you get a wig? Get a silver wig and wear it and see if you like it before you go through all that. Do that. Bree, the dagger will always come back. You know it's the most important thing. Don't think it's gone. Don't think it's gone. It's somewhere. And then I've seen people say all this just so Arya can be the one to take out the Night King. And it was supposed to be Jon. It is what it is. No, seriously, Ray, you should get a wig. They had the best story to tell. I mean, who has a better story than Bran the Broken? Right, I'm just saying for you. You get it. Get a lace front and wear it just to see if you like it. Not for anybody else to see. Just do it to see if you like it. Ulf gonna be so pissed when he finds out Bronn got to Highgarden. I mean, them telling Ulf he could have, oh God, what did they say? Corlises. I'm like, are you serious? It's just weird. We love Hodor. We do very much. It just didn't make any sense at all. I hate Tyrion post season 4. Same. It's because we know who he is. He is not a hero. See, that's another thing that upset George. Tyrion's not a hero. He's not. He's not a good guy at all. And the way Dan and Dave rewarded their favorites in season 8 of Game of Thrones, Ryan Condal is letting his own emotions dictate House of the Dragon. What we'll get in season 4 is we'll get Rhaenyra doing things that we don't like, which I think is why Baela's locked up. I think the thing with Baela is really going to be a problem, guys. I really do. Tyrion stopped knowing who he was. That is true. I think Rhaenyra locking up Baela is going to be... In Fire and Blood, Rhaenyra gets very paranoid and she doesn't trust Corlys. I think that's going to be thrown at Baela. And we've already got issues with the dragon twins being treated not well, I think that's going to be problematic. That's a prediction I have that I don't like at all. What I'm worried about is that season 4 is going to come around and we're going to see Bela, and she's been locked up for a while and she looks dirty and not treated well. I really think that's going to be a thing. Yeah, right, but it's not you. It's Ryan Condal's version. Yes. Yes, Bela's one of her most loyal followers. Yes. Yes. And I think she's going to do that. I think what's going to happen is she's going to have Bela locked up and she's going to have some kind of fight with Daemon. How many people are Daemon going to come home to find locked in their rooms? Man, Brie, I don't know. I don't know. But the guess that Masari is going to be the shepherd, I think is probably true. Yeah, Rhaena can't be clean. And now I think we're going to have Bela look dirty and disheveled. He doesn't get me for real. Well, I mean, he's kind of focused on other stuff. He tried, though. Well, I'm sorry. Telling Daemon to leave so you can be with Masari and ask her box if you're worthy is weird. I'm sorry. That was, like, degrading and strange. I don't think Daemon would let that slide. And Shades, that's probably what's going to happen. Daemon's going to go back to King's Landing and find Bela locked up, not fed, dirty, treated bad, and he's probably going to flip out. That's probably season 4. Why else lock up Bela? It's to piss off Daemon. You think the shepherd's going to be Aegon? Rhaenyra telling her stepdaughter. Yeah, insolence runs in her blood. I know. Lucas, you're correct on that. It runs in your blood. Oh, yeah, the same blood as yours. Oh. But then tells Alan he's the blood of old Valyria. What? What? Okay. And please remember, I want to see Hugh get his revenge on Ulf. I want Silverwing to shake Ulf off and just let him. I can't stand him at all. Yeah, the thing is, we didn't get anything that showed the progression for Rhaenyra. She literally is paranoid and crying and then turns into angry Joan of Arc. Yeah, enough, you drunk. Yeah, Helena's gone. I know, yeah. Lucas, I wish. That'd make me really happy. Well, Adam's good. I mean, Adam wasn't a mistake. Is it pink? Yes, Mourning the Dragon is pink. And you can go. Yeah, I know. Rhaenyra saying she's the prince that was promised and speaking high Valyrian to the small folk is ridiculous. Yeah, Galactico, that is true. You would think that we would have seen Rhaenyra mourning her children more and it would just make more sense, but no. I don't know. She doesn't ask where the youngest 2 are, which is weird. Hugh wore me out talking about his wife. Like, you realize that character has no depth. The only thing we know about him is that he has a wife and he loves his wife. Like, that's it. The High Septon, I mean, the Faith irritates me. I'm not a real big fan of the 7. Like, I'm sorry. I just give Daemon and Caraxes like a minute with the High Septon. I mean, he can still be alive and be terrified. Why do you care what the High Septon thinks, Rhaenyra? That's not your gods. It's like Rhaenyra's forgotten that those are not her gods. Here's the irony on that, guys. Do you realize Syrax is named after a god of Old Valyria? Her dragon is named after a god of Old Valyria. And she cares what the High Septon thinks. Right. Yeah, Bree, seriously. That is true. That's true. But which would have made it better if, thank you for the follow, if she would have done what Aegon the Conqueror did. Aegon the Conqueror talked to the High Septon. And the High Septon, I think he prayed for 7 days and 7 nights and fasted. And then he was enlightened. And he crowned Aegon. Just show the High Septon your dragon. It's funny. They tend to cave. Yes, Renfield, which could have been done privately. Very much like what Aegon did. If she's so obsessed with Visenya, would she not know what the High Septon did during the conquest? Either you crown me, or I get another High Septon that will. And you're going to go on a vacation. Yeah, Lucas, yeah. Or, I mean, you could take one dragon. You know what? Give Hugh something to do. Have Hugh go scare the High Septon with Vermithor. Let Vermithor have some fun. Look, Vermithor had a wonderful scene with Daemon when Daemon is singing to him in High Valyrian, and then we got a great scene with Vermithor with his wife. Give him something else. Let him scare the High Septon. Right, exactly. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time somebody like bullied a religious figure into doing something. They did it with the Pope all the time. And that's what the High Septon's based on. The Seven's based on Catholicism. Scare him. He poops himself and crowns you. I mean, and call it a day. Vermithor's wife is Silverwing. Yeah. He's a man. He's human. You can scare him or bribe him or both. That way, you get what you want. Everybody sees it's fine. You know what might also help? Not speaking High Valyrian to the small folk. Not telling them about the prophecy. And handing out bread. Maybe. Hand out bread. I've never been a fan of the Seven. That's my least favorite religion in Planetos. You think Michael Fassbender could be Maegor the Cruel? Yeah. He's a talented guy. Yeah. He plays evil really well. He would give it a different vibe. A lot of people think of Maegor as more like stocky. But I mean, yeah, he could do it. He's great. He was great in Prometheus. Yeah. They're the oldest bonded pair of dragons. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because she's around 100, so yeah. Ray, you don't have to start your old religion. Just bring back the gods of old Valyria. Yes, Vermithor and Silverwing are a power couple, 100%. Yeah. And the thing that's crazy is that in Essos, they speak Low Valyrian, but not in Westeros. So that means they didn't even pick up on any of the words. What's my favorite crown in House of the Dragon? Or my least favorite? Aegon's. I hate that chunky thing. In all the approved artwork, Aegon's actual crown was a really pretty circlet. I don't know where that chunky thing came from. I can't stand it. I don't own it. Mm-mm. I just can't stand that crown. I think that is hideous. It is strange. I don't know why they made it look like that. Rhaenyra's crown, yes, your crown's better than Aegon's crown, but I don't even love your crown. At least it's better than his. Like, it'd be so hard to just have a nice crown with, I don't know. Either make it a simple circlet light in the artwork or put some dragons on it or something. Jesus. It's just weird. I mean, yeah, okay, Viserys' crown's fine, but Shades, yeah, that's Ryan Condal's thing, that Aegon's armor was Aegon the Conqueror's armor from his days in Valyria. Galactico, I think everybody loves Baratheon crowns. It's the horns. Lionel took it above and beyond. I am proud of you. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for actually wearing your crown, man, because I was complaining about that. Yes, and yours is way better than your brother's. Like, way better. His looks, I don't know. His looks like something out of, like, Mad Max or something. It's just chunky and weird. It's like, I don't know. The Laughing Storm, yeah. I think people, I don't think they realized how popular Lionel would be. I think, because he got a Funko, I think they had a good idea, but I don't think they realized he would be that popular. What do you mean? Caring about what? I talk about her all the time. What, like, you talking about, like, her crown? The crown Viserys got from the Dothraki's very design fit perfect. Yeah, Galactico, you are correct. It did fit perfect. Amazing. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. That was custom just for him. He was no dragon. Renfield, the people weren't fans of the Targaryens. It not necessarily. It depends. I think you're basing that on Fossaway. Baelor was very popular and very beloved. Thank you, Shades. Lucas, it's because Rhaenys, like, Visenya's known for her armor and Dark Sister and all that. It's because Rhaenys was more feminine. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Everybody talks about Visenya being a badass, and Rhaenys fought very well on Meraxes, even fought from the ground. But she probably didn't wear masculine armor. Nor would I. Nor would Daenerys. Functional, but not masculine. You don't have to be masculine to be a badass. A lot of times the story tends to go that way, and it's frustrating. Rhaenys, I'm quite certain, had amazing armor. It was probably just fitted. Yes, that is the one that fell in Dorne. The only time a dragon has been injured by a scorpion, it was a lucky shot, went through the eye. The shows would make you think that dragons are very easy to destroy, and they are not. Well, they asked George what is like one thing, one incident that changed history like tremendously, and he said it was the death of Baelor, because he would have been an amazing king. If Baelor had become king, a lot of the stuff that happened after wouldn't have happened. So, I mean, out of everything, that's what he chose to say. So that should probably tell you enough about him. Imagine if Meraxes made it to the dance. I just wish Rhaenys hadn't lost her dragon. They're really close. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad you do. Seeing Rhaenys lose Meraxes, that's rough. Because I think she lived. I have a whole theory on that. Dorne, yes, Dorne stood up to the Targaryens, but Dorne lost a lot too. We haven't seen Baelor the Blessed. Where do I think the conquest will end at? Since it's going to be a film, it could end, since it's an adaptation, if they're doing it for dramatic effect, it would kind of be cool if they save Torrhen Stark till later, and then, because there's a theory that Aegon told Torrhen about, and actually did tell him about the prophecy, not this other stuff. If they wanted to, if it was done right, they could have Aegon and Torrhen have a conversation, Torrhen kneeling, not just to save his people, but also, because you got to understand this, Torrhen Stark hears rumors. Like, you're not going to be at Winterfell and be in contact with the Night's Watch and not hear about weird stuff that happens north of the Wall. Like, it's a thing. You know? Like, it's a thing. They know weird stuff happens. So, if Aegon's going to talk to anybody about the prophecy, it's going to be Torrhen Stark. Because who else is going to believe you? Nobody. So, if they wanted to, they could definitely save that, have Aegon, have the conversation with Torrhen, and you could have all that occur, and then you could show what's happening beyond the wall. Even then, you could do something incredibly creepy if you wanted to. I mean, there's a lot of options. That would, to me, would be pretty cool. But I mean, it just depends. Depends on how much they want to say. You think Aegon would have had a tough time in the North during the conquest? He didn't. He did not. You gotta understand, the Starks are the only, well, except for Dane, but the Starks are the only ones that have something to do with magic. Like, there's wargs and stuff and stories, and no. I think Aegon and Torrhen had a decent conversation. Do I think the Conquerors were dragon dreamers? No. No. I think making Helena a dragon dreamer is going to make everyone think everyone's a dragon dreamer, and they're not. It's very rare. No. Yeah. Bree agrees. They're not dragon dreamers. Dany's the dreamer. Daeron's a dreamer. It's not very often. Yeah, exactly, Shades. And they're afraid. They're afraid of a lot of that. I mean, if you want to talk about something creepy coming from the North and a prophecy that says there should be a Targaryen on the throne, the North is the only place that's going to believe you. Everyone else is going to be like, haha, that's like Grumpkin and Starks and all that. Yeah, congrats. The North is going to be like, what? Well, that's funny, because I've been having people from the Night's Watch tell me that there's people with blue eyes. Oh, shit. You could just end it like that. You could have Aegon tell him about the prophecy, and then Torrhen go, oh, shit. And then just, it fades. Hello, Rhaegar. How are you? It's been a while. There's been a lot of talk about you. That would be pretty funny. I do hope that people start to learn that House Stark isn't Ned. You hated how they simplified the others in the show. I think a lot of what they did with the others was good. I do. I hate that some of the creepiest stuff never panned out. The symbols, putting the bodies into that symbol and stuff, that was so eerie. I wish that would have meant something. Shades is correct. He was fostered by Jon Arryn. There you go. But everyone thinks that every Stark is Ned. No. Every house has got different types that have ruled as either king or lord. House Targaryen catches a lot of hell because there's been way more Targaryen kings and queens. And in reality, people are people. Some are good, some are bad, some are worse. Yes, when you read from the first book, it gives you goosebumps. Yep, especially when it describes that they have their own language. It sounds like cracking ice. It's terrifying. They're quiet. They fumbled not putting Stoneheart in the show. Lucas, yeah. That's what happens when you have showrunners that don't like magic. And the show has magic. All due respect to Edward, I prefer the Hour of the Wolf. A lot of people do, Rhaegar. And I hope we see the Hour of the Wolf. Really do. Very much. I want people... Okay, here's another problem. A lot of viewers of the finale thought that Roddy was a Stark. Did you guys know that? Thank you, Black Phillip. They hate Targaryen queens because we're too sexy. I mean, there's some truth to that. Right, they're a different race. I mean, yeah, the show making the children, that whole thing, You're curious to where House the Drag decided to end? Well, I do know this. I know Ryan Condal has said that he doesn't want House the Dragon to end on such a sad note like Game of Thrones did. So I would assume that means he'll show Aegon the Third. It's a blessing and a curse. Ray, you're right on that. I would assume that. And then my personal belief is that Daemon will survive because they never found his body. I think Daemon will live. I think that's going to be like a little something so it won't be so awful. And we do know that there are a couple dragons that survive. I think if they want to end it and it not be so bleak and depressing, you have Daemon live, injured but live, and then you show the dragons that survive. Galactico is what I'm hoping for. Does George hate Ryan Condal? I don't think he hates him. George is a very nice man. People have been very mean to him, and he snaps back a bit, but not nearly as much as most people would. I think he's hurt. I think he's very hurt. I think he sat across from a man and had a long conversation, and that man promised him he would follow source material and was honored to work with him. And then he turned around and treated him like he was just a useless old man. That's what I think. I don't think he hates Ryan Condal. I think George tries not to hate anybody. Because if you hate somebody, you give them power. I think he's very disappointed. He is. He's a fantastic person. And I've been told that by someone that has met him twice. Dragons just pulling Arya flying west. I'm fine with that. Maybe not have the dragons, but not be so sad. Yeah, Brie. I hope. Shades. He fell. No body was ever found. So, you know when they say no body was ever found, You know what that means. It's Daemon Targaryen. They found Aemon's body, but not Daemon's. Means something. You see, Daemon became a mermaid and swam away. Possible. Stranger things. He will probably survive, but be badly injured and likely ferried away by someone. Lorador, Ryan Condal came out and said that we're going to see, I think, 4 new dragons in the next season, so it's got to be Cannibal. Thank you for the follow. So, yeah, he's going to bring Cannibal out for some reason. Probably not for the reason he should show up, which is going to annoy me. 3 or 4, I can't remember. It's gonna, like how many do we have left? We haven't seen. Cannibal, Grey Ghost. What are the little ones? Oh, thank you, Ruby. I appreciate that. Thank you. Morgul. No, we've seen. That's it. Morgul and is it Shriekers? Yeah. The 2 babies, Grey Ghost, Cannibal. We saw Taraxes. So that's it. Unless he comes up with a new dragon, which would not shock me. It'll probably be called Condal. Do I like the dragons in the Lord of the Rings? They're actually not dragons, Shades. They are fell beasts. They look like dragons, but they're not dragons, and they don't breathe fire, and they have a foul smell. But yes, I do. Hello, you can call me Danny. Stormcloud. Aegon's 3 little dragons. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Shades. Yeah, those are the fell beasts. Yes, I do like them. They're creepy as hell. And they're supposed to smell really, really bad. But there are dragons in Tolkien's works. There's a giant dragon and a huge dragon that's the size of a mountain. And there are dragons with no wings. Yeah, Renfield, I like all dragons. I like all, it's not just dragons. I mean, I'm very fond of dragons. Also like other mythical creatures. I love unicorns. I love a Pegasus. All kinds of stuff. Anytime I like any sort of fandom, if there's a book specifically on the creatures, I always get that. Chief Stealer's great. I'm glad Caraxes and Daemon let him go. He'll have a part to play. He'll come in at some battle and turn the tide, redeem himself, hopefully. The dragons in Elden Ring are very interesting. Favorite non-dragon fantasy creature? Unicorn. I've loved unicorns since I was little. I saw Legend. And I got so mad at her for touching the damn unicorn and mad at him for not realizing she would touch the damn unicorn. That pissed me off. Rudy, are you bad? I think Allison, what is it? Yeah, yeah. Bree. It's on site, Bree. Like, really? Dracarys. Legend was good. Tim Curry is very talented. How are you gonna, that's the one thing you don't do. You don't touch the unicorn. The dress, the scene with the dancing dress though, oh man. I was mad at her though. I was pissed. No, I have not, Renfield. I was like, how dare you? And how cute was Twink Tom Cruise? It's a damn shame. He was so cute as a twink. Speaking of, have y'all seen the disturbing girl that's obsessed with Peter Pan? Have y'all seen that? Right, Galactico. Like, why? Why can't you just look and be thankful? Shays did, Bree, Lucas saw. Y'all, how about this? One of the Peter Pans was live last night talking about it. I do too, Shades. The Witcher books have a lot of fantasy creatures. Man, I really need to listen to those audiobooks. I really do. I really need to. I have not seen the remake of Pete's Dragon. I'm very fond of the classic. That's probably why I haven't seen the remake. I get worried about remakes. Yes, the video of him trying to skip away from her, he was live last night, y'all. She's been doing that for 10 years. Like, Ray, I need to look at that though. I need to look. If they did well with the CGI, I need to look. Yeah. He was spilling tea last night. It was interesting. He said that she came every week and she would talk to him and then get right back in the queue and do it over and over. But he's a very nice person. He said that the Disney princesses get it way worse, that old men come to see them and will do that, get back in the queue and try to touch them. See, I couldn't handle that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, she's gone viral. And the guy that went live last night tagged her in a post he made. No, he does not work there anymore. He doesn't. He doesn't work there anymore. He was being he's very well spoken, very handsome. And he was talking about how there should be greater care taken in the cast members. Yeah, they need a handler nearby that'll do something, because I've seen there was a guy that was obsessed with the evil queen, and then this chick's obsessed with Peter Pan. So, and that's just two that I've seen on TikTok. I would assume there's probably a lot. And people wonder why I don't do meet and greets. And people wonder why I don't do meet and greets. I don't know. Yeah, it's a no. It's also why I don't tell people where I'm going to be. How can someone be obsessed with a person and dress up? Depends on how good the person dressed up is at the character. Black Phillip, I hope you know I love you. Yeah, evil queen. But you can't like her more than me. I'll get mad. I do, Renfield. I don't tell anybody where I'm going. I don't. I never say if I'm going to be at a Comic-Con or a Ren Fair until after I've gone. I've been doing this for over 4 years. No, I don't. Nor will I. No. That is more important. Yes. That is Arthur, who has been my friend for quite some time. And if I was, yeah, he would have to be there. Yeah, he would have to. I don't think I would trust anybody else to be strong enough to stop anyone. He's basically an assassin. Yeah, no, yeah, getting attached to the characters, I mean, that's what people want. But the boundaries. Now, I've never had anybody cross the boundary with me. But I'll be honest with you. I think part of the reason is the way I carry myself when I'm in public. I'm very serious. I'll laugh and stuff, like, and talk, but posture and everything, I definitely give an air of don't get too close, and not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Just in a you know? And that seems to be fine. I've never had anybody do anything inappropriate. Not once. Yeah, I felt bad for her. And like some people roast her about it now, and it's like, of course she's gonna be nervous about seeing people. Yeah. No, it's interesting. If I'm at an event, it's really funny. Like literally my posture is better. I walk different, all of it. Because I take it very seriously. People love Daenerys. I'm not gonna be out here acting goofy and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, like, but you also like you have people like people get emotional. They love Daenerys and they love being able to see Daenerys walking around. People cry. I've had plenty of tears, and I don't mind. I cried too. Yeah, Brie, they're very kind. Very. Have I read? Yes, I have. I've read Fire and Blood. Chris Hansen's gonna have his own movie with Robert Pattinson. Like that's coming out soon. That's insane. Chris Hansen's on TikTok. That I'm gonna watch that movie. That's gonna be wild. Robert Pattinson's accent is fantastic too. Like he's got a level of talent that I totally didn't know. Like I take back a lot of stuff I've said. Yeah, like I look. I'm the Daenerys girl, and I love that. I get to do something I love, and I'm very thankful for it. Daenerys top 3 women in fiction, 100%. Yeah, and this I think this is like a different direction he gets to go, and it seems like he's enjoying it. I'm glad Chris Hansen's gonna get a film because what was done to him was not nice. His show got taken off the air because I don't know if you guys know why. It's because he kept catching police and politicians. Yeah, right. And it's really, really not. Yeah, it's really nice. People get really into it. I'm very lucky to be the same stature as Amelia Clark, and I think that adds a lot to it. Yeah, there's two. Yeah, his show got taken off not for anything he did, but for who he caught. I really hope they put that in the film. Yeah. He caught some powerful people. Yeah, he's got a great sense of humor. Yeah, Arthur, you're right on that. And don't you know, anybody that got caught by him is probably like so nervous right now that they're going to be in it. And that's funny. Shades, a lot of times they do, yeah. That's why I prefer fantasy politics. Yeah, that's a lot more fun. Hello. How are you, doctor? Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, no, I like going out and seeing people and have I like my mom likes it too. My mom's gone with me. Um, my mom's usually a red priestess to explain why I'm there. Thank you, Shades. People love that too. They're like, "Oh my God, how are you here?" And then um, they did me a favor. People love that. And my mom is very sweet and charming. People love her. Yeah, but it's pretty fun. No, I mean, at some point, yeah, I definitely plan on dragging Jessica and Bree. We should drag you. Galactico. I mean, that's why they had Drogon pick her up and fly off. It's implied. It would be fun. We should. Hell, we should go to the one in Texas. It's the biggest one. We'll get Arthur to go. We'll be safe. The Texas Renaissance Festival is the largest in the world. No, right. It's just they should put something in place for the obsessive ones, you know? All right, bro. Who's my favorite celebrity? Oh, that'd be difficult. I have a lot. That'd be really difficult. Um, of any celebrity, any kind of celebrity of all time, it would be John Lennon. All right, Arthur. All right, guys. You see that? That's already panning out. Yeah, I promise you, if Arthur goes, guys, like, I'll be fine. There's no one other than my own father I would feel safer with than Arthur. Y'all don't understand. Arthur is very strong. He is tall and strong and has skills. If I went somewhere with, literally, the only other person that would make me feel safer is my own father. Was Vizzy T a bad dad? Yeah. But not in the he looked the other way. He tended to not want to see the problems in front of him. But that's more of him being a bad king than a bad father. Arthur, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like, I wouldn't be worried about anything. There's nobody getting past you, dude. Plus, I love you to pieces and you love me, so, like, I know I'm good. Somebody can try. Some drunk can try to come up and, like, talk. They're not getting close, dude. You're like, come on, man. The fact that people don't know that, and, like, that's such a flex for me, man. He is. Oh, yeah. No, I've seen some wonderful dragon cosplays at Ren Fairs. Beautiful. Beautiful. With, like, beautiful makeup, like, scales with glitter. Just stunning. Did Rhaenyra and Aegon ever talk to each other? They did. Yeah. They have a conversation next season. Oh, yeah. No, I'm very lucky. I love TikTok. I love what I've gotten to do. And my closest friends I've met, like, from TikTok. I've known Arthur for, like, 4 years. Bree, there's Bear Down. These are my friends. Jessica's in and out. She's got a lot going on right now. I mean, I love TikTok. These are my people. I mean, like, these are people, like, I talk to, like, I mean, if not every day, every other day, every 3 days. But does he think you're delicious? No, Black Phillip, that's for you. Yeah, like, there's a ton of people that have cosplayed dragons. It's fantastic. On GRAM, I was tagged in a group of cosplayers, and I think there are 3 that cosplay dragons. If you go over there, I'm trying to be vague, but I'm sure you can figure out what I'm talking about, right? I to the G. Yeah, I was recently included in a really great cosplay group, a highly melanated cosplay group, which I was very honored to be included in because I have none. Of very talented people, so you should check that out. Yes, you do. But, like, it was pretty epic. There's a Jon Snow, and I think 3 dragons. It was really cool. Yeah, Ty. I know 2 guys that cosplay Grey Worm. Ty he's more over there than on TikTok, and he told me about it and asked me if I would join. It was really nice. I like that. I'm a very big fan of of anything blurred, because that is a group that doesn't get enough attention. It's starting to, though. That's why I was such a fan with the casting of House Valerian. There's melanated nerds everywhere. I don't know why that wasn't known for a long time, but at least now it is. So yeah, I look. Anytime I get invited to the Dragon Barbecue, I'm very thankful. Which I've been invited plenty of times for multiple reasons. I'm very pleased at that. I just don't bring potato salad because I would like to continue to be invited. Or deviled eggs. I don't know, the deviled egg thing might be ironic. That might be a good idea. Yep. I got invited to the Dragon Barbecue. I'm fine with it. I'm happy. Not everybody gets to go. I mean, and I'm in the South. Come on. I mean, I have a black dragon, but I don't know if that gets me any cred. He's not technically melanated. You know? I mean, I could. Except a deviled ostrich egg, that terrifies me. I can't imagine eating an ostrich egg. I just can't. That just seems wrong to me. Is it gross? Yeah, true. Very true, too. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate that. But I mean, oh, I couldn't eat ostrich egg. I would. Oh, really? They smell horrible? Arthur, you know you're the best, by the way. Black Phillip said 3. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all make my life so fun. Oh my God. I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about the episode. Galactico. Oh my God. I was thinking about him cracking that. That was just so gross. Was it a deviled egg? No. What's his name? Oh, he's so creepy. Jessica didn't know about him. That episode is so bizarre. It's Teddy, isn't it? Or is Teddy the brother? Soft boiled. Ugh. Ugh. That episode was so good. Teddy Perkins. Yes. If y'all have never seen that episode, you need to. So good. Like, and you don't have to watch, like, you don't have to know anything. That is a standalone episode. You're fine. If you've never seen anything else, just watch that, please. I was like floored. God, and the funny, I was thinking about that. I was like, God, that was so gross when he ate that egg. Have y'all ever noticed like really rich people eat nasty stuff? I think it's because they think it's cool. I see that on TikTok. It's always like they're always like eating some fungus scraped off of something, and they think it's, I don't know, man. I don't get it. You don't have to see Atlanta if you just see that one episode. Like, I'll send you a clip. No, I don't mind you asking. I absolutely loved A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It was fantastically done. The casting was perfect. It was literally like the novella. Like it jumped off the page. Wonderfully done. There's nothing that needed improvement. 10 out of 10. Trend food, yes. It's the exclusivity, yeah. They have to prove how special they are, yeah. And then they just end up looking silly because they're eating like some fungus that somebody scraped off something. The portion sizes too, yeah. It's like unseasoned, barely cooked, some kind of bird. And it's just, and they're like, ooh, this is great. And it's like, oh, okay. Yes, exactly, Brie. Yeah, the lemon cakes. Yeah, lemon cakes are a lot better than what I see some people eat. More art than food, yeah. And they like eat it like it's so good. Like, let's hear it. Okay. Are you specifically requesting High Valyrian just because that's how they say it on House of the Dragon? Or would you like to hear it the way Daenerys says it in the show? I guess I'm in a good mood. I bet you would, Black Phillip, and you'd be really happy. Tastes like heaven. What? Talking about cake. Don't be weird. Dracarys. That is how she says it. She says it in the common tongue. Dracarys. I need useless calories. Damn, Bree, you're so small. You're smaller than me. God, I didn't know you were 105. Jesus Christ, Bree, I'm like 113 pounds. Damn. You're shorter than me and you weigh less than me. How? You're like literally like I could put you in like like a Kroger bag. I hate that they made the Targaryens all say Dracarys. I know, Lord Or, because that was a Daenerys thing. It doesn't even make sense. You got to steal a sheep. Just make sure nobody sees you. There's been a lot of drama with that, sheep stealing. Oh God, 97? No. I'll tell you this. At one point, I weighed like 98 and I didn't look good. Nope. Like there's that like threshold. I had to eat some bread and stuff. I didn't mean to. There's just a lot going on, and like ADHD and forgetting to eat is like a thing. And then I'm like, wait a minute, no, yeah. But like Daenerys is the one that came up with Dracarys, and that's in the future, so it doesn't make sense for them to say it in House of the Dragon. No, they don't have to. Daenerys made that up. Yeah, look it up. I'm not lying. See, look, 6'1", 230, and it's muscle. Yeah, House of the Dragon was before. So when Daenerys made it up, it doesn't make sense for the past to know that. Why do you think the High Towers weren't made the High Lords of the Reach? They don't care about the Reach. They have the Maesters. Do you know how much more powerful that makes them? Think about it. They made their own group of spies, and then they made it bougie for your castle to have one. Yeah, they don't need the Reach. That's work. They can just send out their little gray rats. She said, yeah, both ways she says it. Well, I mean, and then there's like angry, like spoils of war. Dracarys. That, you got to put some bass in your voice for that one. And she had a right to be pissed off. I would be too. Right? F the High Towers. Yeah. They're sketch. A lot of people blame them for the passing of the dragons. There's a whole huge Maester conspiracy out there, man. And it's very detailed and very probable. I mean, like, what better way to have spies? You literally made people depend on them. And you made it bougie. Like, if there's any lord out there and he doesn't have a maester, he's like, I need a maester. You need a spy. You thought her saying, I must like the way it was cool? I prefer my reign has just begun. But I guess I'm biased. That is true, Shades, yes. Cersei using children, that's also where they got that from. Yeah, I know, Brie. I think House Hightower has had, they're playing the long game. They're playing the long game. Very much. I don't trust them. And I do not trust anyone at the Citadel. Yeah. Missandei's Dracarys makes me cry. Having her in chains was just such a bad idea. That was just so, that was tacky. That was just tacky. Hey, fed up mother. I haven't seen you in a while. Just, that was just, ugh. You think they're going to join Euron in the books? I don't think you really join Euron, but he is collecting different religions. I wouldn't put it past him to have a maester, but I wouldn't want to be picked by him. Pre, he's pretty dark. Real dark. Most people don't know about Euron and his brothers. Favorite, A Song of Ice and Fire Theory. I like the Grand Northern Conspiracy. I like that. I covered it a long time ago. I should cover it again. That that there are many moving parts, including the Manderleys, and also God, we've got the Blackfish may be a part in it, and so it could possibly involve Howland Reed, and it is all about getting Rob's will, basically his will, naming Jon his heir, and getting that to Jon. There's a lot of parts to it. Yeah, Brie, I should go over that. It's really interesting. I enjoyed it a lot. I have a whole like notebook on it, like a 3-ring binder. Um, there's a lot to it. It was made over a decade ago, and I think there's 7 parts to it, and it sounds like, okay, what? And then you start reading it and it's like, oh my God. Okay. It's all about the different houses in the North doing what they can to make sure Jon becomes the king of the North, and the Boltons pay for what they've done. Lady Stoneheart coming to play with the conspiracy, that is completely possible, because I personally, well, one thing is she has Rob's crown. So, yes, that guy's right there. Lady Stoneheart crowning Jon would be insane, but I kind of like insane stuff like that. She has Rob's crown, and I will tell you this: Lady Stoneheart isn't Cat. Lady Stoneheart isn't going to hate Jon. Because Lady Stoneheart just wants revenge. Now let Lady Stoneheart find out that Jon has also been brought back. See what I mean? Thank you, Brie. Thank you, Brie. I appreciate that. Yep. If they're both resurrected, doesn't it kind of seem like something might occur? I mean, how nuts would that be? Who knows? She's doing enough. She's picking off Freys right now if she goes north. You know what? Galactico, I hope that happens. Cat is not my favorite, but I would love if Cat learned Ned didn't stray. That would be great. No, there's a weird theory that Rob's head is the mountain's head is Robb Stark's head. That's a What was my favorite scene from this season of House of the Dragon? Probably Caraxes from the finale. Yeah. It would have been Dreamfire if Helena had been seen on Dreamfire and Dreamfire looked right. That would have been it. Probably Caraxes. That was great. Like, we very rarely get to see a dragon walk and also do damage. And then Caraxes is so interestingly designed to pop his head through and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Yeah, that and my favorite scene that I think was the best acted was when Daemon tries to talk to Rhaenyra and explain about Rhaena. I thought that showed a lot. Matt Smith's a great actor, but it showed so much depth that Daemon had contemplated, and like it was great. It was really good. I'm alive, imbecile. Yeah, first time we saw Daemon stutter. Ask Matt Smith, man. I'm telling you, that guy talented as hell. And his posture. Hey, Lou. His posture was different. He was the supplicant, you know, like it was a Daemon we haven't seen. Ray, I don't blame you on that. I do not blame you on that. That was a completely different side because they removed a lot of Daemon as a decent father from season 1. So it was really, that was really, really well done. I mean, he did that. And the hurt when she says, you know, basically F off. Only to get with Massaria. And I'm not saying that because she's a female. I'm saying it because it's Massaria. You know? I don't particularly like this Massaria. It's like Alice Rivers. Like, I expected Massaria to be diabolical, and I wanted Alice Rivers to be spooky, but also badass. And I just didn't get it. I know, Ray, but you didn't have to stare at her box for that long. That was a long pause of you staring at her box. It was weird. Or, like, did you just kind of, like, zone out or something? I would prefer that, actually. Because it looked like you were asking her box if you were worthy. Yeah, I agree. I think that, yeah, Shades, I agree with that. I think that's probably why we had him specifically, you know, try to explain to Rhaenyra, like, that's my daughter. I have not been a great dad. I'm trying to now. Yeah, that's going to piss him off. It's all right, Ray. It's fine. You zoned out? Yeah. Yeah, true. But like, it kind of seemed like she was asking if she was worthy for the box and not the crown. But then you tell Alan to off the High Septon. Like, come on, man. It was all over the place. Now the realm start rumors have a secret harem. I thought you did. Actually, I'd have respect for you if you did. Honestly. I will say this. Do y'all know that Daenerys has more insults than Rhaenyra said about her? There are worse things said about Daenerys in A Song of Ice and Fire than anything said about Rhaenyra. Do y'all know that? Does anybody know that? Horrible, terrible, awful, disgusting thing, because she's demolishing the slave trade. Yeah, Brie knows. Foul. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Does she care? No. Not at all. Doesn't care. Yeah, it's bad. No man can satisfy her. That's probably one of the worst. And that I can't even say. Can't even say. Mm-hmm. See? Did you see? I just brought in some little random detail. That's how George writes. He writes very well, and there's so much to it. Yes, Galactica, you're correct. 100%. Yeah, they do. Thank you, Brie. They do. It's not nice. It's not. But the thing is, it makes sense. Of course they're gonna say that kind of stuff about her. They're mad. And then like the masters are mad. So they say stuff and then, regular people hear it and then it becomes gossip and then it goes around. It's great. It's gross. Kind of like what Jorah does with that chick. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. People tell me that, and I cosplayed 7 of 9. That is true. Hey, that is true. Yep. Try to be an attractive female and have a crown. People get all kind of mad. I don't know. Pissing off the people with dragons doesn't seem very smart. Mm-hmm. Yep. Starts. Yeah. Yep. And even in the show, I am not your little princess. Look, the writing was good then. Yeah, burn them all. I like it when Jamie says that. Because he's like staring off in his face. He's such a good actor. We love Nikolai Costco Walmart. He kept saying, burn them all. Gods, it was good then. Thank you, Black Phillip. Yep. Yeah, that's why I got no hate on Jamie. Jamie gets a lot of hell about Aries, and it's like, wait a minute. Does nobody realize why he did that? I think they just assume he did that for his dad, and it's like, he actually didn't. No. He did that because he was about to set off wildfire. Yeah. I like Jamie. People are always surprised at that. Jamie Lannister's a good character. Jamie Lannister would have been way different without Cersei too. He wanted to be the best knight. He wanted to be known like Sir Duncan the Tall. 100%. Like, majorly. He wanted to be like the White Bull, Arthur Dane. But then he starts to realize they're not who he thinks they are. Yep. Book Jamie is really, like show Jamie's very interesting. They fumbled at the end, but I mean, that was a lot of characters. Book Jamie is even more interesting because thankfully we get his POV. And I'm telling you, when he is totally done with Cersei, his pettiness knows no end, and it is wonderful. He takes a lot of that out on Edmure Tully, and I enjoy it every time. Blackfield, I'm quite sure you would. I am certain. Yeah, I agree, Galactico. That was weird. Yeah. Not a fan. No, I'm not a fan of that. It was strange. You like the scene in the Sept? No, we don't need any fights now. There's enough fighting amongst the fandom. We don't. I will say this though. I am very proud right now. There are a lot of people questioning Ryan Condal on the internet, and I'm very proud of that. And I've seen a lot of people stick up for George, and I'm proud of that too. Host attorney, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah. It'll be fine. It's just attorney. I'm not hosting any attorneys. I mean, that's just a recipe for disaster. Brie, that's funny. What's your least favorite scene? Oh, in the Sept? Yeah, I didn't like it. If you, I don't know. It just didn't make sense for Jamie. Yeah. But like you guys know, Dan and Dave had that thing where they couldn't, like for whatever reason, a female character couldn't grow without having one of those scenes. Daenerys has it. Sansa has it. Like again, that's not in A Song of Ice and Fire. Drogo does something completely different. Completely. And actually, like, kind of breaks some rules doing it. Of course, I mean, he's the man, he can do what he wants. But yeah, no. It was not forced. He actually spent time making sure that she would enjoy it, believe it or not. Which you gotta love George for that. You got to. Y'all gotta realize these books are old, okay? Just hear me out and read between the lines, okay? Not the lions, the lines. Okay, think about this. All my ladies and guys that care. Drogo made sure Daenerys was very pleased before they. And then the Lord's kiss, Jon Snow. People never give him credit. George is the one like out here having characters make sure the female is happy too, when nobody else was, and no one ever talks about that, and I kind of want to know why. Which is probably why his wife has been married to him for so long. Oh, God's here. Black Phillip. God just came in. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay. Right. Just know that. He never gets credit for that. Yeah, Black Phillip. I'll tell you about it later. But God just came in here. You want to run him off? I know y'all don't get along. God, a lot of people in here don't know you unless you say which one you are. Yeah, they do. They have history. I'm not getting in between it or anything, but I did warn you that he popped in here. See, how you gonna come in here and your name's God and not say anything? All right, there. Done. Done. Black Phillip, did you know that there's a religion in the East and they worship a black goat? And I'm not kidding. Yeah, Jess, I thought you'd like that. Be gone. Yeah, there are people that worship a black goat in the East. I promise. Dude, yeah, he's gone. Dang. I guess that's power. Power is power. The amount of times, like, I have a Game of Thrones vocal stem is just sad. Yeah, there's not a lot known about it, but yeah. You know what, Galactico? It might honestly be based on that because I can't. Okay, I'll tell you in a second. Um, the further east you go, the less is known, and basically Cthulhu is there. So sleeping. It's really interesting. By the way, I went to Spirit Halloween yesterday and they had a stuffed Cthulhu and I fucking bought it. And I don't have it in here, but I'll grab it and show you guys Friday. The Lord's Kiss is how do I say that without getting in trouble? Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. Um, would people eat at the Y? It was. She's like, why? Wait, did somebody teach you that? No, I just wanted to kiss you there. Well, okay. Sounds great to me. Aw, thank you, Billy. You should follow me and come by on Friday, where I'll be in a Daenerys outfit sitting in the Iron Throne. So thank you. That's what it is, Black Phillip. I'm sure you're well aware. Wonderful. We are very happy to have you. It's off your roster. What do you mean? Where is it? Are you doing that thing where you're giving up again? Thank you, Billy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Galactico, it worked. Thank you, Billy. It worked. I'm sorry, but if you're not down with the Lord's Kiss, I don't have nothing to do with you. I'm out. I'm out. Like, that's a deal breaker for me. I'm just telling the truth over here, okay? Honesty says more about Westerosi men. Galactico, you are correct. Yep. You are correct. If you're afraid of that, then you do not need to be... I am not interested. At all. God love John for being into it, though. Look, we love John. He's doing the Lord's Kiss. He sticks up for Satin. I don't know why people think I don't like him. Jon Snow's a great character. He's a great guy. He just had terrible dialogue at the end of the show, and that's not his fault. Yes, I do think Young Griff is a Blackfire. I do. But that doesn't mean he can't bond with a dragon. Arthur, you're so funny. I could eat a peach for hours. I should have referenced that. That's iconic. I bet you taste like peach. I could eat a peach for hours. My favorite dragon is Drogon. And he really is. He's ashamed right now, but it's okay. Everything will be fine. He saw the finale. He's like that because he's tired of Alice Rivers. Why does she have those eggs, by the way? And why make up a story about Rhaena? Brie, why? Yeah, that is true. But I'm quite certain if you're into sword swallowing, Loras was probably fantastic at it. And that's a Elena. That's a reference. Have I ever heard of Cannibal? Yeah, I know who Cannibal is. He eats baby dragons and dragon eggs. But it's not his fault. Lady Olenna talked about sword swallowing. Yeah. Nerdy humor is something I'm pretty good at. The only thing is it is niche and people don't get your jokes a lot. It's fine in here. But dude, Ray, they looked 3D printed, man. They looked 3D printed. What were those even supposed to be? And why make up a story about Rhaena Targaryen? Oh, Alice Rivers eggs. Brie, I mean, I agree. Arthur, you're funny. That kind of cannibalism's fine. Totally fine. I mean, I can't blame. I mean, it's like perfect. They're just fish eggs. They said they're from Dreamfire. It doesn't make any sense. Raina would never leave eggs with Alice Rivers. If she's Harry and the Black's wife, then why is she Alice Rivers? And why would Raina not know that she's Harry and the Black's wife? Like, none of it makes any sense. None of it. I don't even know why that was included. Ooh, my stomach's growling. I hope y'all didn't hear that. Just making stuff up, yes. Just making stuff up for fun at this point, yes. You know what? Just as long as you don't steal any goats. Sorry, I was sending a perverted text to someone. What? What's her end game, Alice? She's got a really cool story in Fire and Blood. I don't know her end game. Sorry, I'm reading some of these texts that are coming through. What? I'm allowed. I don't know what her end game is in House the Dragon. It could be anything. She'll probably bond with Cannibal, actually. Mm-hmm. What? Yeah, I guess. Look, it's fine. I can flirt if I want to. I like to flirt, it's fine. Like, look, at this point, like, I can't predict anything. I really can't. I can't. Like, she could bond with Cannibal and, like, take over everything. She could sit the Iron Throne. I mean, it could be like Queen Rivers, for all I know. Oh, I know, Ray. Like, I don't, at this point, I don't, Rhaenyra, do you like her? I mean, you can wife her up if you want. She seems like she'd be okay. No, Alice is not a Targaryen. Apparently, her last name is Whore. I'm sorry, that's it. It is though. Oh my god, do other people not know that? I bet they don't know. Oh god. So her real name is Alice Whore. Look, I'm sorry, it's funny. Yes, yeah. Harry in the Black is House Whore. It's like Hoare. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brie, how did we forget that? I need to make a meme. I gotta make a meme. Oh. Um, yes, that would be it. Yep, if she got called, it'd be Hoarfrost. Oh my god. Why am I just now thinking of that? Probably because I tried to put that story out of my head because I thought it was ridiculous. I hope y'all know I have the best chat on TikTok. Like, the best. We have so much fun. And the thing is, like, I feel like other... Yes. Yes, that was Gumdrop sneezing, Jess. She, right there. Always. Look, he's like... I can't believe it. They don't realize her last name's Horror. Yep. And she's telling me she needs to go out, too, so I gotta go. Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Cause he is. You know? Yeah, it's my poodle, Gumdrop. Oh Lord, Aegon. Aegon, hey, say I'm alive. Say it. Say it. I'm alive. Come on, say it, Aegon. Say I'm alive. Come on, do it for the chat. Come on, Aegon, do it. Just say I'm alive. Come on, Aegon. Do it. You can do it. That's all you have to type is I'm alive. That's all anybody wants from me right now. Do you think it'd be cool if every great house bonded with the animal of their sigil? Yeah, because some of them would be bonded with some weird stuff. What if you don't have an animal? What if you're a fossil way? Does that mean you can warg into an apple? Or the worm? Which dragons do you not like in House of Dragon? I love all of them. Every single one. All of them. Totally would be hilarious. Yeah, you just swim around. Boring. Or could you warg into the worm in the apple at least? There's some others. Imagine being house... Oh, God. What if your house bolted? Y'all. This movie about the Wicker Man that gets made for the woman. Flay Queen Flay. Greyjoy would be horrified. Yeah. Pretty much. Y'all, like, me and Jessica have been laughing about the Wicker guy. We're gonna have to talk about that on Friday. I've been seeing TikToks where people have gone to stores and like filmed like wicker furniture and been like, I'm picking out my man. I swear to God. Jessica, we'll find you. We're gonna find. Y'all know what's great though? You know the best part? The guy that makes the Wicker Man is Tyrion. Tyrion. That's what he's doing now. He's making wicker men for women. It all goes back to Game of Thrones. Is Ned Stark going to be in House of the Dragon? No, honey. That's a long time until he's born. Long time. Tyrion's like, you know what? I am sick of King's Landing. I'm going to go live in this village and make wicker men for women. What's my concept on Helena's death? It lacked meaning. It's sad because it should have had more impact. Wicker, he hardly knows her. Yeah, he hardly knew her, but she was happy. And see, that woman was on a show with David Tennant. Thank you, Eric. David Tennant's son played Aegon. See, everything connects. I'm dead. He's had enough of King's Landing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most have. King's Landing is not fun. I wouldn't want to be there. That's what I always say. Yeah, I've got the throne, but I moved it. I took it to Essos. Alright, gumdrop. Alright, kids. I have to go. Gumdrop needs to be let out, and it's already like after 10:30. Yes, I think it. Yeah, if they were gonna do it, they should have done it 100% and made it like completely mirror Tommen's. Yes. If you're gonna make it look close, just go ahead and just do the same, right? But I'll be back Friday night and we'll talk more about this. There's plenty. Black Phillip, I'm quite certain you could. And I really appreciate that so much. And it would be nice and buttery. I hate the fact that they made her hair silver because they didn't think the audience would be smart enough to understand because of Rhaenyra's children. I hate that. Like, you don't have to thank me. I love doing this. It's like one of my favorite things to do. But you're welcome. But yeah, like, seriously, what did Brie do? Oh my god, not the... They're bugs. Poop bugs. They look like turtles. And they're really pretty. You volunteers tribute? Okay, thank you. I'll never be lonely. I'm so glad. I like turtles. Yeah, they're bugs that look like turtles. That's great. That's great. But yeah, we will talk more about poop bugs and all sorts of stuff on Friday. And Wicker Men made by Tyrion. Hey, look, we do this together. We talk through it. It's fine. Wednesday's more casual. Friday, you know, throne. We have fun. Turtle bugs. You know what? And that's what made her understand that Rhaenyra was not nice. Was that Rhaenyra didn't care about the poop bugs. On that note. Alright. If Daemon would have been near them during that conversation, just think about that.